never in the World Series. Let's flip the switch and talk about the Dodgers a little bit, because I do think even though they missed a chance to clinch last night, they are set up really well for this game.
They are, and there was a bit of false bravado for the Yankees going up against the pitching staff last night for the Dodgers. Tonight, the Dodgers are primed. All of their best relievers are ready to go. You have Jack Flaherty. You have all the plus side guys. The way that Dave Roberts set up Game 4 for 5, 6, and 7 in a way is a bit genius.
They've got their pitching lined up, and oh yeah, they also have Freddie Freeman. That makes them confident too.
I think as I watch Freddie Freeman, I know he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. Game 1, the walk-off grand slam. He's been coming off injury with the left ankle, and then Game 2, you add another one. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, 4 World Series games in a row, he's hit a homer. Make that 5 in Game 3, first inning, 2-run shot. And last night, unbelievable, especially when you consider the scenario, and it felt like the Dodgers were going to walk to a possible sweep.
Yeah, they didn't, but Freddie Freeman's just been amazing in this World Series. I can't wait for his at-bat in the top of the first. It's mere moments away. Let's look at the pitching matchups, Billy, because it's a rematch from Game 1 when starting pitching was a huge part of the story of that game.
There's a lot of storylines here because we don't usually see great starting pitching in the World Series. It usually transfers over to the bullpens, but Game 1, fantastic. Jack Flaherty, Garrett Cole, and for Jack Flaherty, his stuff was electric. Had 19 swing and misses, really important. On the other side, Garrett Cole, he lasted 6 innings, 4 strikeouts. It was 88 pitches. He was probably taxed after 80, but went back out into the 7th inning. What I saw was an exploding fastball. Garrett Cole has to have the exploding fastball, top of the strike zone. And by the way, Garrett Cole, if he's facing a team for the 2nd time in a series, he is lights out.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because it really is a thing with Garrett Cole. He's got all the experience in these big games, but he has not been faced. Usually you just assume it's going to favor the hitter. If you see a pitcher so close in terms of number of games and number of days, but Garrett Cole's been dominant in these spots.
He has been gaining momentum. He missed majority of the season due to an elbow injury, and for Garrett Cole, check out the numbers. This is his 7th elimination game, but 6 careers postseason starts where he's facing a team the 2nd time. 4-1, 1.83 ERA. But what I love, 39 innings pitched, 45 punch-outs, only 8 walks.
So Cole and the Yankees take the field here with their season on the line. I mean, it's going to take an unbelievable effort if they're going to get all the way to the finish line. But I think the mantra for today for Aaron Boone's team is just let's live to see Dodger Stadium at least one more time. Dodgers want to go home, but with a trophy in hand. And here's the Dodgers lineup for Game 5. Shohei Ohtani in there once again. It's a DH. Says his shoulder's feeling okay. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. We'll see him right away in the first inning. Hernandez, Muncy, Kike Hernandez. Tommy Edman moves up. That's the one change from yesterday. Smith doing the catching. Gavin Lux down in the 9th spot as the second baseman against the ace right-hander. This is why he's got the big contract. This is why the Yankees got him for a moment like this.
Yeah, and I think what's important to note for Garrett Cole, because he's been in these positions before, this will be his 7th elimination game. He's pitched well in them. The teams are 2-4 in those. When you're watching Garrett, he has a big game mentality. There's a presence to it, and I think that's really necessary today because you have to be in the strike zone, you have to challenge the Dodgers, and more importantly, you have to get into the dugout right away with the score being 0-0.
He's got the stuff. He's got the arsenal, that's for sure.
StatCast is powered by Google Cloud. To give you an idea, the 4-seam fastball, top of the zone, we've seen a dip in velocity over time, but this postseason, we've seen him touch 99. The knuckle curve pairs perfectly with a high ride fastball, and then he'll throw a little cut fastball. They'll come into lefties, the slider, and then he doesn't like to talk about it. He throws his sinker 1% of the time. I think that pitch will come into play in the first at bat against Shohei Ohtani.
I'm really interested in to watch Ohtani again tonight because, look, we talked to Dave Roberts. You hear from Ohtani after these games, and they both say the shoulder is not a factor. He was a little out of sorts last night in terms of chasing pitches out of the strike zone. They could use a jolt of power from the great Ohtani.
Well, and the beauty is we get it right away.
It is. There is no soft landing for a pitcher against this Dodgers team. Arguably the greatest player in the world is the guy who leads off for the Dodgers, Ohtani. He's hit 3 playoff home runs, and here we go in Game 5 from the Bronx. Ohtani swung at Cole's very first pitch of the World Series back in L.A. He swings at the first pitch here tonight and hits a high fly ball. Almost the same result to center field. Judge makes the catch. One pitch, one out here to start the ball game. .14 or fewer pitches in the first inning. All 4 of his starts in the postseason.
You want to be pitch efficient. I think the amount of pressure that the Dodgers put on you tax-wise, each pitch is really important.
Betts takes a strike. First pitch breaking ball from Garrett Cole.
Well, I love the first pitch breaking ball. He did it on purpose. He knew he could steal a strike because Mookie was probably taking.
Just misses outside, real close. Mark Ripperger, our home plate umpire, called that one a ball. Strike zone has been a point of contention, I think, on both sides.
And it's fair. It's a fair point of contention. We do not have the top umpires in baseball as far as ball strike calling percentages. And on the biggest stage, a 1-1 count getting swing in one direction is massive.
Betts squibs one right off the end of the bat toward first. Rizzo's going to take it himself. 2 down. Well, for the Yankees, it's at least something that Freddie Freeman's going to come up in the first inning with nobody on base.
And Freddie Freeman, I mean, he could still turn one around on Garrett Cole, but you're right. No traffic for Freddie Freeman.
He's just turning himself into a player who's going to be considered one of the all-time great playoff performers. His World Series numbers are amazing this year and in his previous World Series experience. 2 down, nobody on. Top of the first. Goes after that first pitch fastball. Career in the World Series for Freddie Freeman. Is this amazing or what?
How is that even possible? 10 games, 6 home runs, only 5 strikeouts?
Usually we compare strikeout to walk ratio. This is strikeout to home run ratio. And he's got more home runs in the World Series than strikeouts. That one just perfect right at the knees. And it's 0-2 to Freeman.
Garrett Cole's working so fast. Yankees can't even get the roll call in.
Fans are working fast. They're trying. 0-2. Freeman to left field. In the ballpark. Verdugo catches. That's a 7-pitch first. And I have to say, Garrett Cole on the big stage with the season on the line looks pretty darn comfortable. Okay, yep, that's in the park. That's out number 3. He didn't even have to watch.
Game face. I mean, stone cold. That's exactly what you want. And there's a, for the Yankees team, because you're feeling, I mean, there's an incredible energy tonight. They need it.
That is a confident guy on the mound, that's for sure. Let's see if the offense can support him. Gleyber Torres hits leadoff. Soto, Judge, Jazz Chisholm. Once again, you and I are going to talk about that. Back in that cleanup spot, Stanton, Rizzo. Volpe, the hero last night. Austin Wells also had his best at-bats in a while. And Alex Verdugo, the 9th place hitter against the Dodgers Game 1 starter. Back here for Game 5, right-hander Jack Flaherty.
2 things to pay attention to tonight for Jack Flaherty. It's first batters, making sure you don't let the leadoff hitter on. And then where his velocity is, right there, 94. Sometimes we'll see dips where it gets to 92. If it's at 92 and below, his curveball is not as effective.
Postseason numbers, you got to kind of look at them almost one by one. He throws a good fastball in there for strike 2. Because when he's been good, he's been really good. When he hasn't been good, he's been rocked. Gleyber's been getting on base, not hitting a lot, although he hit that home run last night. Torres takes low. That's the first breaking ball from Flaherty. The slider, 1-2. Dodgers, I mean, maybe they'd be here, but maybe not without this guy. Acquired him at the trade deadline, and with all the other pitching injuries, he's been huge. Torres, just a ground ball off the side of the mound. Right to Gavin Lux. Torres retired one away.
Well, for Jack Flaherty, he has a wipeout slider, but the knuckle curve came into play in the last start. 4-seam fastball, I mentioned, sits right around 93 miles an hour. You want to see that number ticked up. The slider wipeout, really difficult to hit. The knuckle curve, below 200 batting average there. You won't see many changeups or sinkers.
So 1 out for Juan Soto. Takes a ball, curveball in the dirt. Soto's had an excellent playoffs, .319 batting average, 4 home runs. This series, the 1 home run in game 2, 2 extra base hits in the first 4 games of the series. He's ahead of Flaherty 2-0. You've seen Flaherty quite a bit, and you see those 7 walks. He's always been patient against him. Ahead 3-0.
Soto in this postseason, nearly 60 at bats, has a 19% walk rate.
Three 3-0. Looks like he was taken all the way.
This postseason, .319, .441 on base percentage. Just the entire postseason against the best, most elite pitching.
There's ball 4. Good take, because that was a well-executed pitch. Just a little bit low. First base runner for the Yankees with Aaron Judge coming up. But we're going to put it to the test. He had a better game last night. He ended his night with a base hit that knocked in a run. And we'll see if there's any carryover. He drives that one. Deep right field. Gone. I think there was some carryover. 2-0 Yankees.
Watch out. The MVP's back. It's time to rise. First pitch he sees, timing, looking for a pitch he can handle, and Judge just explodes.
Wow, that was a no doubt home run to right center field. What a start for the Yankees. Cole in the top of the first. And now Soto and Judge here with Chisholm coming up. Still only 1 out. And Jack Flaherty, he got Gleyber Torres since then. Not looking all that sharp. 16th career postseason home run for Judge. Got to be a huge feeling of relief for Aaron Judge. He's had a nightmare World Series.
Really has. And you're looking at the 2024 American League MVP, and he was anything but.
Wow, that lit this place up. Strike 1, Chisholm maybe himself taking a strike there. You mentioned that velocity. We will be watching it with Flaherty. So 93 right now. Chisholm, high drive, right field. He's watching it. Gone, back to back.
The Dodgers did not want to see the Bronx Bombers wake up. Game 4, I think they woke them up. And if the quality of bats we saw from last evening carrying over into tonight with some power, this might turn into the slugfest we've been waiting for.
And Chisholm, he hadn't had an extra base hit since early in the league championship series. And Dave Roberts and Mark Pryor were not hoping in the very first inning, 4 hitters in, to be already talking about maybe having to go to plan B on the mound.
You can see the Yankees, they're sensing blood in the water.
Carlos Stanton 2-0. You and I, even a half hour before the game, once everybody kind of got inside, even earlier than that, we both looked at each other and said, it is a different feeling here tonight. Amazing how winning one game.
Well, this swing from Aaron Judge, 108 off the bat, 409 feet opposite field. And then you get to see Jazz. Smooth Jazz. He's been waiting for this moment. And he said he wants to write his name in the history books.
Got a World Series home run. 3-1 to Stanton. The Dodgers are going to get the bullpen going.
You have to.
You got a chance to watch your chances slip away tonight really early. Got the call there. Stanton thought it was too far inside. It was close. 3-2.
And the benefit for the Dodgers is it is the first inning, and they are more than capable of scoring more than 3 runs.
3-2 pitch. Stanton lines one to center field. Going back and then slipping, coming in and diving, Kike Hernandez. Well, Stanton didn't hit it quite as hard as he usually does, and that might have fooled Kike.
There's a lot going on this play. First off, an outfielder requires sound. You have to be able to hear the sound off the bat. You can't. It's too loud right now. This ball's knuckling, and I'm telling you, there is a helpless feeling you get when you know I'm going to lose my footing, and I'm just praying that the ball is going to find my mitt.
That's out number 2. Here's Rizzo. Low. A 3-run outburst here. Back-to-back home runs. Judge after the Soto walk and Jazz Chisholm.
Well, there's a conversation with Aaron Boone about Anthony Rizzo as possibly being in the cleanup spot tonight just because of the numbers he has against Jack Flaherty. But Aaron Boone was adamant. He thinks the 6th spot tonight, with the way the Dodgers bullpen is set up, he wants Rizzo's bat there.
Cut. 2-1. I think it was a fair question when he got asked about, because Chisholm, before the home run in the first inning here, has not been having great at bats. But you're right, Boone was adamant. He likes it like this. 3-1.
And Rizzo's given really good at bats this World Series, the postseason. 308 batting average, 455 on base in the postseason. We know he's dealing with some bad fingers, so he's not hitting for power. But he's finding ways on base. He's getting hit by pitches.
They sure trust him. Big time. Flaherty trying to get through this first inning. 3-1. Back to that tight slider down and in. 3-2. The pitcher warming up in the Dodgers bullpen was the left-hander Anthony Bonde. Strike 3 call. You got Rizzo looking on the fastball, but not before the New York Yankees make a statement in the very first inning after their ace Garrett Cole looked like an ace on the mound. Their MVP looked like an MVP at the plate. And then Jazz Chisholm followed. Back-to-back home runs. What a start for the Yankees after one. Well, what a first inning for the Yankees after Cole pitched a scoreless top of the first. Aaron Judge and the Bronx Bombers went to work.
It feels like all is right in the Yankee universe when Aaron Judge gets his swing locked in, and it's a beautiful thing. You rarely see a right-handed hitter explode a ball opposite field. Even seen Juan Soto. There's nobody better, baby. And then for Jazz, now Jazz, you can kind of feel he's been waiting for a show moment. Well, he got it.
So now the Dodgers going to try to respond. Garrett Cole, strike 1, pitching now with a lead. It's 3-0, inning number 2. And look, this is amazing, isn't it? First back-to-back home runs in a World Series since 1977, Game 5. Thurman Munson and Reggie Jackson for the Yankees. Rizzo over. Rizzo can't quite get there, but not 96, not 98, not 2000, all the home runs they hit in 2009. In none of those World Series did the Yankees hit back-to-back home runs.
There's always stats that we see this postseason where I'm baffled that it's never happened before, or it hasn't happened in a certain amount of time.
It just shows you how special some of this stuff that we're seeing on this stage is. 0-2 to Teoscar Hernandez. Real good pitch. Call the ball. Tight strike zone so far. Cole thought he had him. Got him this time. He went back with the same pitch, just even a little bit better for his first strikeout of the game.
The Yankees this season are 66-22 when scoring first, and after he's put up 3 runs, you want to shut down inning again. Every time the Yankees score, you got to make sure you get back out and make sure the Dodgers don't.
It is. I think it's a great point, because as Max Muncy stands in, Muncy takes strike one, the knuckle curveball. Dodgers haven't had a hit since the 5th inning of last night's game. So now you're starting to pile up some innings. And even with the final score last night, that was a competitive game until the very end.
It really was. I mean, it was still down to the margins, in the bat and error, taking an extra 90 feet.
Muncy in an 0-2 hole. Cole, this is outside. Tried to change up. That was his first kind of big miss of the game. Been a long time since Muncy's had a hit. 0 for 12 in this series. 0 for his last 17. And a lot of strikeouts. Fouls that one back out of play.
Well, Max Muncy is going back to an old mechanical move he has done in the past. He steps back with his left foot. Part of the reason why it allows you to get your weight in your back hip. It gives you a little bit more space and time to see the baseball.
He literally takes that step back as he's getting ready to get off his swing. There's a step. Woo! Strike 3 called. 96 miles an hour. 2 down.
Now, even with the step back, when you take a fastball looking down the middle, it's telling me that you're looking and thinking mechanics. Really well received by Austin Wells behind home plate.
2 outs. Kike Hernandez. 3-0 Yankees. 2nd inning. Hernandez a little bit low. Slider. Ball 1.
Well, Austin Wells and Garrett Cole, they've matched up 10 times in the regular season as a battery mates. 185 batting average against 283 ERA. They work very well as a pair.
That's a good fastball. He's throwing hard and he's located. They do have a good pairing. And also, well, for a young catcher, the Yankees pitchers just rave about this guy. Here's the 1-1. Hernandez skies one out to right center. Soto and Judge come together just like they did in the bottom of the first with the bats in their hands. Soto makes the catch and the Dodgers go down in order. I think that counts as a shutdown inning. 3-0 Yankees.
Where will you win?
He's got a track record of only 4 days rest. He hasn't been as good. You go back just to the NLCS Game 5 on 4 days rest, and the Mets clobbered him.
They did. 3 innings, 8 hits, 8 earned runs, no punch outs. And this was after Game 1. He lasted 7 innings with 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Really short leash for Jack Flaherty tonight is my anticipation from Dave Roberts. And then location-wise, first pitch fastball to Aaron Judge, gone. Another fastball, middle, 93, gone.
Big mistake pitches, Billy. And look, one thing is, for a lot of this series, the Yankees haven't taken advantage of pitches like that. But at some point, you're going to get burned by these great hitters. Because those were mistakes big time. Flaherty just isn't real sharp yet. Here's last night's hero, Anthony Volpe. Taking strike 1. A night to remember for Volpe.
And I think you're right, Dave, when you said the grand slam might mean more if this series goes longer.
He pulls that one down the left field line, fair ball. That one's going to kick off the sidewall. Volpe speeding his way to second. It's a leadoff double.
Do not let the Yankees get hot. Aaron Judge warming up. Anthony Volpe last 2 days warming up. And with Volpe, he's had a good postseason. Hasn't been chasing. Yes, he's punched out quite a few times in this World Series. But if you think about it, he's actually seen an increase in bat speed during this postseason in comparison to the regular season. A lot of it is just his body recovering.
Wells takes low. Aaron Boone told us something really interesting today before the game about Volpe. He said some of the off days between the Royals series and the Cleveland series, between the division and championship series, he watched Anthony Volpe take batting practice and immediately thought, oh, he's got it. He's locked it in. Wells pulls one on the ground. That's a good job, at least, to get Volpe over. Freeman will flip to first with Flaherty covering. So 1 out, little situational ball.
Yeah, I love those at-bats. Team at-bat, you get rewarded. Anthony Bonda's starting to warm up. And last night, Alex Verdugo, I know in the box score it's not going to look pretty, but he had an 11-pitch at-bat, which was so telling because it was necessary for the Yankees to kind of show the grinder at-bats that we haven't seen.
Twice last night he had these kind of situations. Runner at third, less than 2 outs, and both times he got that run in.
But when it's your 9-hole hitter that can give you productive outs, you know, you're just lengthening out this Yankees lineup so it's not so top heavy.
Max Muncy really staying close to Volpe, trying to limit that lead and jump with the infield in. 2-0 to Verdugo. We got Gleyber Torres on deck. Volpe got an excellent read and jump last night from third on one of those ground balls and scored a run. I think the Dodgers are trying to make it a little tougher on him this time. 2-0. That's not close. I'm not sure Jack Flaherty's going to be in this game much longer.
I don't see it. I see him out of here by the time you get to Juan Soto. And Mark Pryor might even say sooner.
It's possible.
Well, 3-0, if you're Alex Verdugo, you're looking for a pitch up. You're looking for a fastball up, or if he tries to spin an off-speed pitch up, but stay center of the field so you're not pulling a ball foul.
Takes just a perfect pitch. If you're going to swing 3-0, that's not the one to swing.
You're not swinging at that pitch. Holman Road, 1-1 with the 3-2 at Dodger Stadium, 1-4 with nearly a 6.
Here's the 3-1. Verdugo line drive, base hit. With the infield drawn in, Lux left, couldn't catch it. Volpe scores. Alex Verdugo knocks in another run. 4-0 Yankees.
And the Yankees manufacturing a run. I love the at-bat. Taking some pitches, probably non-competitive pitches, kind of gets you in a 3-0 count. And then for Verdugo, because the infield is drawn in, it's just enough to get over Gavin Lux.
Well, Dave Roberts is coming out, so even with the right-hander up, not the lefty Soto, the Dodgers manager is making the move. Jack Flaherty ends up getting 4 outs in Game 5. And these Yankees fans are going to give it to him as he walks off the field. Pitching change in the 2nd inning. Back to
go in the 9th spot. Quality at bat. Did it last night. Pointing to the dugout. Here we go. Yankees are up 4-0, and in this inning, the 2nd, they manufactured a run at the bottom of the lineup. For Dave Roberts, we talked about the bullpen's primed on the plus side. Now Dave Roberts has to go and get Anthony Bonda. This is not quite the script that they were hoping to use.
No, they did a great job yesterday, even though they lost the game, of staying away from their top guys. That ruled a swing. That check swing was a swing. Flaherty responsible for Verdugo at first, but gets only 4 outs, gives up 4 hits and 4 runs. Anthony Banda. Slider over the outside, strike two. But you're right, Banda, he's one of the high leverage guys. He's one of the trusted late inning relievers. He's pitched very well in the playoffs. But the Dodgers are now having to go to those guys already down 4 runs. Got him. Throws him with the slider, 2 down.
Talk about a 9-inning game being broken up into thirds. It's easier to conceptualize. Right now the Yankees are winning the first third of this ball game, but watching how relentless the Dodgers offense is, the Yankees know they have to continue to add on runs.
This game's not over. Soto. Big cut there on the slider. He'll use his timeout right away just to kind of regroup. Soto, you go back to mid-September, he's reached base safely at least once in every single game. 26 straight games. In the dirt, and somehow Will Smith blocked it, but then it rolled away. He couldn't find it. And Soto helped Verdugo realize that Smith didn't have the ball, and he ushered him into scoring position.
Well, off the pitch, you should know dirt ball, 2 outs. It's a great time to go, but sometimes he can get blocked. So he's blocked by the hitter because he can't see where the ball is. Notice how Verdugo can't pick it up, and then he takes off.
There's a little stop-go-stop from Soto, but it all worked out. Way outside from Banda. Man, another heroic job by Will Smith just to find a way. Got Judge on deck after what he did in his first at-bat. Yankees would love to see him get a shot with a couple men on base. Two-one. Huge swing. That was a pitch to hit. That slider was right out over the plate.
The calibration for Juan Soto. He's telling Banda, don't throw that ever again.
Banda looking back towards second. 2 down here in the second. 1 run in. Fastball at 97. Soto started, held up, full count. Three-two. In the dirt, it kicks away. Verdugo did not go to third. And Verdugo, I don't know what he was reading there. That ball rolled 50 feet away from Will Smith. But he's already in scoring position. Soto draws the walk. Judge is coming up, and Mark Pryor's coming out for a meeting.
Well, I can defend Alex Verdugo in this one instance just based on you do not want to get thrown out.
Correct.
In this scenario with Aaron Judge coming to the plate right now, looking like the version of Aaron Judge we're familiar with.
Once you hesitate, once you don't have a great read, stay.
Stay.
He's talking himself into it. Yeah, I did the right thing.
I did the right thing.
Meeting on the mound.
I love to point out the psyche of a major league hitter. Regardless of how good you are, your confidence is so fickle. The greatest players in the world, their confidence can get shattered when they're not getting results. Last night, a base hit, his last at bat, brought it back. Even if it was a broken bat single, you feel like you're, okay, I can hit. And of course, the very first pitch he sees tonight destroys it to right field for a home run.
2 on 2 outs for Judge. Took the slider there, ball 1.
Great take.
Well, I know those numbers don't look good. Runners in scoring position, these playoffs. Nothing about his playoffs really look good, but he's a different guy tonight. that's a good take. Wraparound slider up, called strike one. Tough night for Jack Flaherty. Tough start to game 5 for the Dodgers. Trying to survive this second. Outside, 2-1.
Just no flinching right now from Aaron Judge. We've seen his front shoulder, his hip kind of pop out when the pitch is coming. It's not. He's staying closed.
Fastball missing. 3-1. Base rate was way down last night. That was kind of the first sign that maybe he was starting to get back to his normal field.
Yeah, all timing. That's all timing.
Good hitters count here, 3-1. And he takes that one that clangs away from Smith. It's ball 4. So nobody's going to advance an extra base. The bases are loaded for Jazz Chisholm, who homered in his first at bat after Judge did that in the first inning.
Still, I mean, watching a ball go off a right-handed hitter's bat like it's a left-handed pull hitter, and then for Jazz, part of the reason why I think Banda was not as aggressive against Aaron Judge right there is you want the lefty-lefty matchup. I
agree. You hate the bases loaded if you're the Dodgers, but Chisholm takes a strike. With the way Judge looked in that first inning, I think Mark Pryor, when he was out on the mound, I think that was part of the message. Don't be afraid of pitching very, very carefully to Judge. If we lose him, we'll get Chisholm. That's the idea. Now we'll see if he actually does it. Ground ball to first. Freeman with Banda covering, and he got there ahead of the sliding Jazz Chisholm. Out number 3. Yankees do score 1. But they leave them loaded, and that feels big for the Dodgers, at least to kind of stay in this game early. It's really been all Yankees facing elimination for the second consecutive night here in the Bronx, but they delivered some punches to Jack Flaherty, and to the Dodgers as a group. They lead 4-0 after 2. Well, Aaron Boone couldn't have asked for a better beginning to game 5 with the Yankees season on the line. Dodgers up 3-1. Yankees staved off elimination last night, trying to do it again tonight. Their ace Garrett Cole's been excellent. Another good fastball to Tommy Edman to start the 3rd. The offense has looked like it did for so much of the regular season. And the Yankees are ahead 4-0. Edman's had a great playoffs. It's a foul tip there on the Garrett Cole curveball. It's 0-2.
Garrett Cole, 6 out of 7 first pitch strikes. He's only in 21 pitches so far, so he is pounding the strike zone. He's kind of setting a tone.
He did. The very first inning, top of the first, game starts. It's Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. He retired those 3 on 7 pitches. Tommy Edman's had more hits than any player on any team these playoffs. He hits that one down the left field line. Verdugo's going to chase it, but that one's going to slice foul. Big left field, obviously, here in New York, but you do have a little bit of a home run porch straight down the line. This is what you were talking about, Spilly, right off the top. Yeah, very few pitchers in history have more experience in these kind of games.
And that experience is really important because you understand the magnitude of the situation. You also try to conserve energy by preventing your emotions from really bubbling over.
Edman fouls that one away.
You know, a lot of times you'll hear pitchers talk about how your adrenaline and your heart rate, even though it's like a duck on water, like on the surface you want to look calm, underneath you're paddling fast, and Garrett is just kind of keeping that stoic face.
Strike 3 call through the changeup.
That's 3 strikeouts now for Garrett Cole, and the changeup, that's really a beautiful pitch.
I think he's got just about all the weapons working so far. That's only 24 pitches in, but Will Smith takes one that could have been called a strike, a slider, ball 1.
Yeah, and I don't see Garrett Cole getting into 100-pitch territory tonight. I think he's at his best around 80 pitches.
Curve spins that one in. It's 1-1 to Will Smith. Who hit a home run in last night's game. And it's been a struggle for him offensively. So much burden on him behind the plate on defense. It's pop up here. Looks like it's playable for Rizzo. Near the line in fair territory. 2 outs.
Great combination of pitches from Garrett Cole. He goes first pitch slider, knuckle curve, so you're slowing down the batter, and then tie him with a fastball up and in. I mean, there's an art to pitching. It's all about disrupting a hitter's timing.
Garrett Cole, who grew up in Dodgers territory in Orange County, south of LA, but grew up as a Yankees fan. Wearing the pinstripes here in the World Series. Strike 1 to Gavin Lux.
His father was a big Yankees fan, and for Garrett Cole, I mean, first overall draft pick out of UCLA.
Lux hitting 9th for the Dodgers. Takes a ball. Cole looking down at that landing spot, kind of kicking some dirt around. Wasn't real happy with that changeup. 2-1.
Well, if you're Gavin Lux, hunt the fastball on this pitch.
Oh, got a fastball, but it's called ball 3.
Now with Shohei Ohtani, you do not want free traffic, and Garrett Cole, he's going to take a quick breather.
First 3-ball count of the game. There's Ohtani waiting to hit next. Yeah, if you're ever in a spot where you're going to get a pitch to hit, you would think this would be it. With a 4-run lead, 3rd inning. Lux, strike 2. Wasn't just right down the middle.
Notice how Garrett Cole is just constantly conserving energy.
Well, 3-2. He missed a little bit up. He did walk in. So Cole issues the walk. That's the first Dodgers base runner. Gavin Lux had been 1 for his last 17, and Cole walks him ahead of Ohtani. Dave Roberts said when he put Lux in the 9 spot tonight, part of his hope was maybe that'll make him a little more patient, feel like he can be almost like a leadoff hitter, trying to just get on base. He did that. Ohtani fouls the fastball back.
Well, the pitches down and away to Ohtani have been very effective. He's swung and missed. You see him almost kind of flail on the pitch, a slider down and away. Possible sinker down and away, but anything middle in, not a good pitch.
Ohtani takes the rip. That was a changeup, or
it was a sinker. That was the pitch I told you. You might see him throw the occasional sinker. Throws it 1% of the time.
That might be the only one we see all night. Maybe. 0-2 to Ohtani. He pokes that one to left. Verdugo out number 3. So the walk and a base runner, but still no hits for the Dodgers and no runs. Yankees midway through 3 lead.
Anthony Banda came into almost an impossible task where he had to face the top of the Yankees lineup to get and help Jack Flaherty out of it, and he did. ended up throwing 16 pitches, 14 sliders, 1 4-seam and a sinker. He ended up walking Juan Soto and Aaron Judge, but he did get the ground out of Jazz Chisholm and the punch out of Gleyber Torres.
So he did a good job of that. Could have been a disaster for the Dodgers, and they could be feeling like they're out of Game 5 already. Instead, they're still in the game, down 4-0. They give the ball to their third pitcher of the night here in the third inning, Ryan Brazier. What a beautiful night here in New York. You know, they've played 197 all-time World Series games in this city. This is the 700th World Series game in history. 197 of them here in New York. And there can't have been many nicer than tonight. Stanton, deep right field, gone! Another Yankees home run on the very first pitch of the night for Ryan Brazier. Stanton goes deep again, 5-0.
Well, on a beautiful New York night, there have been a ton of fireworks coming out of the Bronx Bombers dugout. Giancarlo Stanton was the American League Championship Series MVP, hit 4 massive home runs in that series. Just give the Dodgers 0 breathing room.
With that home run, Spilly, as Anthony Rizzo stands in. 7 home runs for Stanton these playoffs, the most that a Yankees hitter has ever hit in a single postseason.
I mean, Giancarlo has more homers than Reggie Jackson. You know, you start thinking about Mr. October, and for Giancarlo as a Yankee, I mean, there's a love-hate relationship with him. He's played in 65% of the regular season games since he's thrown on a Yankees uniform, but in the postseason, he turns into the former MVP.
So many of the runs in this series coming by way of the home run. Now Rizzo lines one out towards right center. Mookie Betts on the move, makes the catch to rob Rizzo of extra bases, 1 down.
Well, Giancarlo, first pitch from Ryan Brazier comes in. This pitch is off the plate. 95 miles an hour away from him. He wants to get those big arms extended. 105 off the bat.
Here's Volpe. Anthony Volpe has a double and a run scored. And he was trying to join the home run parade. Foul that pitch back.
Well, we pointed out Game 3 was really rare to see the Yankees take so many fastballs. They took 29 fastballs. That was the 3rd most of any game this year for any team, over 5,000 games played. And last night we saw no fastball was pass and go. Tonight, no fastball, even first pitch fastballs. They are not getting past go.
Dodgers may have to adjust to the way they're pitching this Yankees team. I think they were kind of taking advantage of that. They were stealing a lot of strikes, getting ahead of a lot of hitters. He knew it. Everybody knew it. He's got to use his vertical to get up there with Giancarlo. Volpe out to right center. Didn't have quite the oomph behind that one. Out number 2. Even Anthony Rizzo, I mean, that's about as hard as we've seen him hit a ball. He didn't get rewarded for it. But the big man, Giancarlo Stanton, 18 career playoff home runs.
Well, the Yankees led baseball in home runs hit this year with 237.
And I know they get more games in the modern game, but as many as Mickey Mantle, more than Babe Ruth. Giancarlo Stanton, he hasn't been a Yankee forever. He's been here a bunch of years, but just an extraordinary display of power when the playoffs start from Stanton. Wells, who made a productive out, kind of set up the fourth run for the Yankees. That's a ball, 1-2. Or that's a strike, rather, 1-2 to Wells.
Something worth noting when it comes to the Dodgers as far as bullpen goes, their long guys they used yesterday. Landon Knack, Ben Kasparius, Brent Honeywell. Oh.
There we go. Yes, he did. So that was a swing, and that's strike 3. But the Yankees add on by way of a Giancarlo Stanton home run.
It's been a power surge for Yankee bats tonight, and we love it. This was the heavyweight bout we've been waiting for. Yankees, Dodgers, we've waited a long time. And it's been at them all, and more importantly, he's providing a presence on that mound where you can just sense, okay, he's starting to feel good again. And for Gerrit Cole, this is the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner. He missed the first 75 games of the season. First 7 starts back, gaining some strength. 5.4 ERA. The last 14, I think he's starting to get into his own. He only threw 94 innings this year. This is something that averaged close to 200 innings the last 3 seasons.
Here's Mookie Betts against Cole to start the 4th. I think it's a good point. You talked about it earlier in the series. This time of the year, it's October 30th tonight. So many pitchers are just running on fumes. The tank is empty. For Gerrit Cole, missing those 75 games, limiting those regular season innings, I think Gerrit Cole is feeling about as good and strong and fresh as he has all year.
Yeah, and his fastball velocity has ticked up in the month of October. I mean, the last pitch, 96, right on the black.
Mookie called the ball a slider, 2-1.
Oh.
3-1.
Now you're getting into the second act of this game, and another go-round for Mookie, Freddie, and Teoscar against Gerrit Cole.
This is a big inning for the Dodgers. That swings away 3-1. He was late. It's a pop-up down the first base line. Rizzo went into that net. Couldn't catch it, kind of slipped, maybe slammed into that sidewall. He's got a lot of things that are hurting right now. Looks like he's all right.
And you love the effort.
That's the hand where he's got those broken bones. Full count to Mookie Betts. 3-2 is high. Ball 4. So that's a second walk. And Cole, it's kind of the first sign of some true frustration from him. A leadoff walk to Betts to start the 4th with a 5-run lead.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure what that last pitch was. I know he looked at his finger. It was a slider. You know, we kind of pointed out that Carlos Rodon dealt with a little bit of a blister issue. A lot of it has to do with the slider.
Curve, strike 1 to Freddie Freeman, who actually made it out in the first inning tonight.
Rare.
He's homered in every game of the World Series coming into tonight. He's homered in 6 straight World Series games. He drives that one out towards left center field. Hit it well. Judge back at the wall. He'll leap and he catches it. Aaron Judge, what a play. Then he flips it to Verdugo to throw it back in. Sacrificing his body up against the wall.
Aaron Judge, offensively off the charts, never gets enough love for what he does in center field. It's a perfect direct route to the baseball, and then the captain going up there, you can tell. I mean, this is the World Series.
Wow. What a catch by Aaron. He knew he was going to slam into that wall. That's sacrificing everything for the guy on the mound, your teammate. big first out.
Well, he had a walk to Mookie, and Freddie Freeman squared that pitch up. So some pretty good looks right now at Garrett Cole.
Easily the hardest hit ball of the game. That ball was hit harder and better than any of the Freeman home runs here at Yankee Stadium. Chopper. Volpe gets him. Anthony Volpe. That was not an easy play. 2 down.
Watching Aaron Judge, he's 6'8", and that's not a normal center fielder, especially when you consider his power. Looking at Alex Verdugo, he's double checking, making sure he's okay. Then the captain, I got you, Garrett Cole.
Almost like, yeah, ask the wall if the wall's okay. I'm fine. 6'8", maybe 300 pounds, and able to make a play like that. And he got up there. That's some great replay shots of the leap from Aaron Judge. Strike one to Max Muncy. 5-0 Yankees. Runner in scoring position for the first time for the Dodgers. 0-2, 98. Maybe the hardest fastball of the game so far for Cole.
Max Muncy is really struggling at the plate, and they're trying to keep everything away from him.
Went up with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and Muncy did stay alive.
And your point, spot on. I think Garrett Cole's gas tank is on full.
This will be his 49th pitch of this game. Now he steps off. He and his catcher Austin Wells had a little different idea. He's still shaking. Wells finally picked the right one.
He's got 6 pitches.
So it can take a little while. A lot of choices. 0-2. Muncy out to center field. Judge is there for the catch. Excellent defensive inning for the Yankees, especially that guy. That's a catch we're going to remember. Incredible athleticism from one of the biggest players to ever play the game, Aaron Judge, supporting Garrett Cole. And the Yankees go to the bottom of the 4th, still ahead 5-0.
And for Garrett Cole, we pointed out there was a slider he threw to Mookie Betts where he walked him and shook out his finger. Now notice he has blood on the pinstripes. That's telling me there's a blister. What does that mean? Well, it's going to eliminate a pitch. That pitch is going to be the slider. That's probably also why he wasn't on the same page with Austin Wells. So what does that mean now? Well, if you're a Dodgers hitter, you don't know that yet. But it will be more knuckle curves, changeups, maybe the sinker and the four seam. You're probably going to see a slider eliminated.
Michael Kopech takes over on the mound for the Dodgers. Already their 4th pitcher of the night. It's the bottom of the 4th. Yankees lead 5-0. Ball's behind the 9th place hitter Alex Verdugo. 1-0. You got the top of the order coming up again after this. Well, it's a good spot by you, and as great as Cole's been, this is in, and he went right off the catcher's mitt to the backstop. 2-0. Aaron Boone, Matt Blake, the pitching coach. Everybody's got to be aware of that, just to know that it might not be quite as long of a start for Cole because of that. Maybe. Everybody will be paying close attention at least. 3-0.
If the Yankees can continue to add runs, it won't be a factor tonight.
That's a strike. Didn't have to be, but called a strike.
Right at the bottom. I mean, just a seam catching the edge.
That one got the attention of Aaron Boone a little bit. I don't think he liked that one. He's letting Mark Ripperger know. 3-2. Aaron Boone, yeah, he sort of comes across as like a totally low-key guy. Ripperger, Todd Tichenor, Carlos Torres. You got the crew chief out there in the outfield tonight, Mark Carlson. But Boone, he can get a little agitated over in that Yankees dugout.
It was famous a couple of years ago where he's yelling at a home plate umpire after DJ LeMahieu didn't like a ball and strike call, and he was saying that his hitters are savages.
Ball 4. Verdugo ultimately does draw the walk. He homered against Michael Kopech. Verdugo did earlier in this World Series.
Well, and we haven't seen Verdugo really snap, get the bat head through the strike zone. He's kind of been, slapping at the baseball. That got his timing locked in. When you can spin around a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Look, that home run didn't have an impact on the final result. Torres hits a pop-up first pitch swing. Once he gets called off by the shortstop Edman. That one almost popped out of his glove, but he did catch it and went away. Since that home run, though, that we showed from Verdugo against Kopech late in Game 3, a Dodgers win, it's 18-4 Yankees in terms of the runs scored.
I found this interesting with Juan Soto. His at bat against Anthony Banda, where he worked a walk, it was the first left-handed reliever he has seen this postseason.
It is interesting, and I think there is a reason. Soto pulls one into right field, base hit. He wasn't waiting around. Verdugo had to jump up over the ball to make sure it didn't hit him. So now Aaron Judge. When you got Judges, Stanton, and Torres all around Soto, I think it makes it almost impossible for opposing managers to play the matchup game with him.
It's true. And for Soto, just ripped it through the 4-hole. That's kind of the benefit he has by being a left-handed hitter. And then you got Aaron Judge. A lot of times, yes, he's already hit a homer. But you make a defensive play, you almost always see another quality of bat right after it.
What a night for Judge already. Soto on base for the 3rd straight time. Judge has homered and walked. 2 on, 1 out. Power against power. Ball in the dirty through that hard cutter slider. Ball 1. Judge, high drive. Hernandez back on the track, and he'll catch it for out number 2. Just got under it. Everybody here, for a moment, thought he might have done it again.
Yeah, too high of a launch angle for Aaron Judge. 44 degrees. That's not going to do it. It's 100 miles an hour off the bat, so he's squaring up some baseballs tonight.
First time he's made an out. 2 down for Jazz Chisholm. Strike 1. One for 2 with that home run. He went back-to-back with Judge in the very first inning. Yankees scored 3 in the first. They scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They're threatening here in the 4th. I think just trying to think along with Dave Roberts, you're using one of your top guys, Kopech, here in the 4th inning, trying to maybe hang around this game, see if you can get your offense going, and then depending on how the next couple innings go, that will make your decision for you as to how you manage the final few innings tonight.
No question. And for the Yankees, I still think magic number tonight, runs scored to get a victory, is going to be 7. You gotta get 7. And the Yankees know the Dodgers lineup is not going to go quiet into the night.
Chisholm after the timeout back in there, 0-2. Verdugo the runner at second, Soto the runner at first. Man. How about this one, Spilly? The Yankees in their history, when playing a game at Yankee Stadium, any version of Yankee Stadium, up by 4 runs or more at some point of the game have never lost. They played a lot of games here.
That's an amazing nugget.
Maybe not in this version, but all versions of Yankee Stadium. So they're in a good spot, but I think your point is still a good one. This Dodgers team is so explosive, so powerful. A lot of baseball still to be played tonight. Chisholm gets one off foul.
Andy, if you have a version of Garrett Cole that's slightly compromised and his best weapon, the slider, is gone, the Dodgers might get some good swings. There's Jazz. Even with 2 strikes, he thinks he should be doing damage. I'd like to see him kind of shorten up. There's a huge hole on the left side.
Oh, just misses. 100-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-2. You just don't see that from Jazz Chisholm. There's not a lot of opposite field approach. There's not a lot of 2-strike shortening up.
And he has the ability to do it. He just chooses not to. He wants to get his best swing off.
Strike 3 call. Well, he didn't like it, but that was right out over the plate. So Kopech gets the strikeout. The Yankees, for the first time, have an inning where they don't score a run, but they take a 5-0 lead to the 5th.
Hey.
What is it with you in October? What's going on with you?
I like Halloween.
Yankee Hernandez has done it again. His 3rd home run of the game.
Kike Hernandez with a pinch hit home run has just tied the score at 3.
Kike Hernandez is the hottest hitter on the planet. Hernandez does it again in October. Kike Hernandez owns October.
Halloween's tomorrow. No game scheduled, so he's going to get a chance to go trick-or-treating, whether the Dodgers clinch tonight or whether there's a game 6 the day after tomorrow.
I just love his Puerto Rican flair. He has an air for the dramatics, loves it when the lights are the brightest.
Kike leading off here against Garrett Cole. And he tried that was the slider, I think. Tried it and missed badly with it. Ball 1. And I do think that personality, if you're trying to explain why is he so good in the playoffs, lines that one into right center, base hit. That's the first hit of the game for the Dodgers. And they are starting to have better at bats now after Garrett Cole just blew him away first time through the order. Leadoff single. Maybe that could start something for the Dodgers.
Yeah, first pitch slider, then he gets to a fastball. It's just up and elevated, and Kike will use the off gap. It's a good stretch in.
Now Tommy Edman. Strike 1. Edman struck out looking. Cole only 3 strikeouts, so the strikeouts haven't been the biggest part of the story. Oh, 2.
3 strikeouts, but not a ton of swing and miss. He only has 1 swing and miss on a 4-seam fastball, so it's more about sequencing and limiting soft contact.
Oh, 2 to Edman. Drives that one foul.
Yeah, blood's still on his pants, and usually, you know, when you do get a blister in a game, it's usually your middle finger. And there are ways that a trainer can help doctor up the fingernail, even sometimes release the blister.
That one into center field. Sinking Judge, though, has time, and he drops it. He dropped the ball. Now Kike breaks for second and makes it there. Judge picked it up and tried to get the force out. A little too late. Wow, that's unusual. Aaron Judge, whether it had some spin or he lost it in the backdrop or just missed it, an error against Judge gives the Dodgers some life.
What usually happens on this low sinking liner is that outfielders start to slow down. And when you start to slow down, you start to go on your heels and the ball will bounce. The best way to catch a low liner is to run through it.
Kind of, at least that replay, it was almost like he took his eyes. He was looking back towards Kike.
Yeah, I think you're right. He was preparing to make a throw and took his eyes off the baseball. And then you add on top of the combo of decelerating through a low liner, and the ball will move on you.
He didn't make an error in the regular season, Aaron Judge. So now the Dodgers, that gives them a little opening. This is the 8th place hitter. You got the top of the order looming. And as we've said a few times, long way to go in this game. Ball 1 to Will Smith with the curveball. First error of the year.
Not a good time for it.
Could have gotten that one out of the way like August 5th.
April 1st.
Strike 1 to Smith. Good fastball from Cole. Maybe more like the cutter. At 93 miles an hour. Smith, who popped out in his first at bat. Slider high. Smith ahead of the count, 2-1. It's amazing that one play and you can just feel a little of the edge. The Yankees, this is an elimination game. Their season is on the line. Even up 5 runs. Will Smith, big cut, 98-mile-an-hour fastball, just a challenge.
A good carry through the strike zone. That's why the velocity matters, because you have much greater margin for error. If that pitch is 94, it gets squared up.
Yes, Dave Roberts, how do you beat Garrett Cole? And his quick answer was with the long ball.
11 homers on the season in less than 100 innings pitched.
Smith on the ground toward the hole at short. Volpe's going to go to third, and he bounced the throw. Hernandez is safe. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Now the defense, which has been good in this game until this inning, has now just collapsed.
This is a hard play because the shortstop's only play is to third. And with Kike's flying, he almost takes away the throwing lane for Anthony Volpe. Notice how he reroutes a little bit. He stays out there because he knows the throwing lane he can take away.
Now the Yankees are going to conference on the mound. It was good base running by Kike Hernandez. I just kind of assumed with a 5-run lead, Volpe was going to, it's the catcher running. I know it was toward the hole at short, but I do think he had time to go to first. Just make sure you get an out. And maybe it surprised him. Maybe when he figured my easiest play is going to go to third, maybe the fact that Kike was so close caught him by surprise. So now Gavin Lux, the 9th place hitter, bases loaded, nobody out. You got Ohtani on deck, and this is the Dodgers' chance right here.
Dodgers, on the course of the year, they take advantage of your mistakes.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Gavin Lux. All the ball right on the inside corner at 99. Lux has been in take mode. He walked his first time up. We've had 2 grand slams in this World Series already. That one called a strike. One by each team. It's only the 2nd World Series ever where each team has hit a grand slam. Big by Lutz. 1-2. He's got some reach back velocity.
He really does. And when he has this velocity, it sets up his secondary pitches. The problem is the slider's not in play right now. It's a non-competitive pitch. So it leaves his knuckle curve, the cut fastball, which is an okay pitch for him, and a changeup, which he rarely uses. You don't want to throw that to a lefty.
See if he goes back to 99. 1-2. He did, and he got him. Strike 3 swinging. If you got that in the bag, maybe you just stick with that.
He's going to have to. He's going to have to throw those same pitches to Shohei Ohtani. The 99 right on the block with a little carry through the strike zone. We have not had a Shohei Ohtani moment. This could be it.
How about this showdown with Shohei? Bases loaded, 1 out, 5th inning. Dodgers desperate for a big swing. Power against power. Cole. Ohtani. Strike 1. Man, that was a cutter, and he threw that one at 95.
Yeah, I feel like Garrett is just going to power you. He's going to try to overpower you. He can't finesse at this moment.
Through the sinker that time. There's that pitch that you've identified that he'll show every once in a while, and maybe in a way that's kind of taking the place of the slider. 1-1 to Ohtani. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ohtani, 98 and up, shakes that shoulder out. 1-2.
The great ones have an extra gear. The great pitchers in the game have an extra gear. That ball is right on top of Ohtani.
Coles, 1-2. Ohtani strikes out swinging. 2 down.
The ace in Garrett Cole has arrived. And for Garrett Cole, the sequence starts him off with the first pitch cutter. 95. Then he goes to sinking fastball, not a good pitch. And he says, you know what, I'm going to reach back. 93, knuckle curve, ends it.
Still got one more MVP to go. Mookie Betts takes a ball. Another first pitch cutter from Cole. Having a hard time hearing the pitch come with the Yankee Stadium buzzing. Betts, ground ball to first. Rizzo, and nobody covers. Betts is safe. A run scores. Another mistake by the Yankees. Just giving the Dodgers a run. It's 5-1.
I don't believe it.
Cole made a great pitch and then didn't cover.
I think with this ball cued, Rizzo wanted to make sure he could secure it before just grabbing and taking off running. And Mookie Betts, I mean, he's always on 100%. Garrett Cole, cardinal mistake. You have to get over no matter what.
Got to. And I think you're right. Rizzo waited a lot longer than he would have ordinarily. And now you got Freddie Freeman at the plate. And he drives the first pitch foul. It's just incredible. The Yankees, Aaron Judge drops a fly ball. Anthony Volpe decides to go to third and makes a bad throw in the dirt. And now that. And that's how the Dodgers have a run. Bases still loaded. Outside to Freeman, 1-1.
3 mistakes in an inning. Huge mistakes, too.
And there have been very few hitters, very few better with the bases loaded than Freddie Freeman. He lives for these spots. He crushed one his last time up, and Judge made a great catch on it. Fouls it back. High fastball, 1-2.
Now, Freddie Freeman has not struck out in the World Series. And you can see the emotion, a little bit of frustration in Garrett Cole's face. You kind of have to push him aside. You know you made a mistake.
Here's his 1-2. Freeman, a little topper. That one rolls foul. Cole was definitely going to go over and cover that time. It's also costing him a lot of extra effort, extra pitches. This has turned into a very high stress inning. But the main thing for the Yankees is to try to hold the line here. The Dodgers still with a chance to get right back in this game. And Cole steps off. He got through Ohtani. It looked like he got through Betts. Now Freeman, 1-2. Freeman, base hit into center field. And that's going to score two. Edman around. Here comes Will Smith. He'll score. And the Dodgers indeed are back in this game, 5-3.
Too many chances for the Dodgers on self-inflicted mistakes by the Yankees. They left the door open and the Dodgers just came running right through it. And Freddie Freeman again. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you can't give the Dodgers that many chances, and you especially can't let Freeman be the guy who gets to be the beneficiary of all those extra chances. It's only game 5, and that hit means Freddie Freeman has tied the all-time record for most runs batted in a single World Series ever. We're halfway through game 5. Teoscar Hernandez swings and misses.
Still not out of the woods yet with Teoscar. He has so much power opposite field. You have to tie him up inside. So the first pitch away, got him on the cutter. Now you have him set up to come back in.
Oh, 2.
They wanted that pitch in and they missed. That's a big miss. And you'll see big misses when you start getting 25 pitches, close to 30. And 80 pitches was the demarcation line for Gerrit Cole as far as stuff goes. He's at 77 right now.
Hernandez took a good cutter there. 1-2. Yankees really going to have to think about, as good as Cole's been, they got to think about getting the bullpen going. That's what Matt Blake's talking about right now. Hernandez out to left center. Judge chasing this one. Judge all the way back. It's over his head. Bounces off the wall. Betts is in. Here comes Freeman. The relay is cut off. Freeman scores to tie the game.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Teoscar Hernandez got a cutter out over the plate. He's able to extend his arms, drives it 101 miles an hour off the bat over the head of Judge. It stays in play. He kind of hoped it would bounce out. But by it caroling off the wall, that allows Freddie Freeman to score from first. Got a new game.
Amazing. Just a total gift from the Yankees. A defensive meltdown. Several times over this inning should have been over. Judge and Volpe and Cole himself. Routine looking plays. And you got to give the Dodgers credit, especially Freeman and Hernandez, for making it hurt. Tie game. Muncy ahead of the count 1-0. A laborious inning for Gerrit Cole. 2-0.
And I'm scared with Max Muncy right now just because he has been working on a slight adjustment, had an incredible batting practice. So he gets a 2-0 count.
He's looking to do one thing right here. Cole's going to look back to second just in case. It was hard to believe. 3-0. Tommy Kahnle is the guy up in the bullpen. The guy who started the whole thing, Kike Hernandez, is on deck. This is the 9th hitter of the inning. Muncy swings away 3-0 and fouls it back. Cole, this is so many pitches in this inning. 35th coming up right here.
Man. In a spring training game, if you throw 35 pitches in an inning, you're done, even if you had a 70-pitch limit.
This is most certainly not a spring training game. Game 5 of the World Series has been flipped on its head. 3-1 is not close. Ball 4. A walk to Muncy, and it goes on. And you do wonder whether Gerrit Cole is he's just hit the wall now. Wells is coming out. I think there's a chance that he's out of this game. Tommy Kahnle's not been warming up for too long, but this just might be pure stall tactics for the Yankees. Kahnle does look ready now. He's finished warming up. Maybe Cole's going to get one more hitter, and this is just to give him a breather. Mark Rippinger's out there to break up the meeting. Freeman got the big hit to really make all these mistakes hurt, and then Teoscar Hernandez with a double to tie it.
Aaron Boone's not moving, so.
Yep. Gerrit Cole, one more hitter.
Yeah, you can tell Gerrit Cole's digging as deep as he possibly can. And the body language, you see him, he's puffing and puffing.
PK goes after the first pitch, fouls it away. He's had a lot of success, a lot of at-bats against Gerrit Cole, Hernandez is, and now he's got 2 at-bats in the same inning.
This Yankee crowd has gone silent. You hear nothing but Dodger fans.
Just cruising along, and if not for the defense, he might still be. 0-2. Thing is, it's still just tied. You've given up a whole big lead, but it's only tied. You can understand how Yankees fans are feeling worse than that, but still a 5-5 game. Just a huge hitter right here. 0-2 on the ground. Volpe will run to second and get the force out, and that at long last retires the side. But an all-time defensive meltdown from the Yankees in one inning, and you give a team like the Dodgers that many chances, they take advantage of them. Tie game, 5-5.
Inning defensively at the worst possible time. Aaron Judge, Aaron center field on an out. Anthony Volpe trying to go the short way, get it out. And Gerrit Cole, mental error, not covering first base, allowing Mookie Betts to get an infield single, led to Freddie Freeman, who's unstoppable. And then Teoscar Hernandez makes this a tie game. The worst possible moment for the Yankees' defensive miscues. And all your fears the night before Halloween.
Well, it has not happened much. One time, the Dodgers have come from a 5-run deficit and won a World Series game. Carlos Stanton leads off against the new pitcher, the left-hander Alex Vesia. This is the second and the last lefty available for Dave Roberts out of the bullpen. Bonda was used very early. Their starter Jack Flaherty got knocked out. Vesia is coming back from an injury. And when he's been healthy, he's had a good postseason. Yankees sure could use a response. From 5-0 to 5-5. Stanton, who's hit a home run tonight and hit 2 balls hard. On the ground, past the mound. Lux circles around it. He knew he had time. That's the slowest Yankees runner. Throws him out.
Act 1, first 3 innings, all Yankees. Act 2, Dodgers, unbelievable. 5 unearned runs.
Can't wait to see how it finishes. We got a lot of this movie still to be played. Ball 1 to Anthony Rizzo. I mean, it started after the leadoff hit, just a fly ball to Aaron Judge in center field, just looked totally routine, and he dropped it. He had not made an error all year, not one. And then he had to play it short, whether it was a young shortstop trying to do a little too much considering the game situation, or just a tough play, whatever it was. And then you said it, the mental mistake by Garrett Cole. When he got through Betts, it looked like the inning was over with no runs scored. That's the thing about that inning. Through all the mistakes and the sloppiness, Garrett Cole, just awesome job. He struck out Gavin Lux. He struck out Shohei Ohtani. He got Betts to hit a slow, weak ground ball that looked like it was out number 3. He was going to get out of it.
Baseball.
Called 1-2. Vesia had a really good year. He's tough to hit. He can be a little wild, but facing the left-hander Rizzo with Volpe on deck. Rizzo pokes one out towards right center field. Hernandez will make the catch. It just hung up in the air. Two down.
A momentum shift. You can feel it. It went from the Yankees side of the field, the dugout. It's all in the Dodgers dugout right now.
Here's Volpe. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Volpe was the guy who had the big moment last night.
Yeah, he's already had a nice night offensively, a big double. Leading off the second inning, came around to score. Vesia's fastball is the attributes of it. It's high spin. It carries through the top of the strike zone. And he loves to show it off.
Showed it off there. I mean, that's a good right-handed hitter who usually hits lefties, and a fastball right out over the plate just swung right through it. Long way to go in this game, but my house, it has changed. Pokes one into right field, base hit. So Volpe, that was a 2-strike kind of approach. 2-out single for Anthony Volpe.
And it came on an off-speed pitch from Alex Vesia. You see him kind of kicking himself on the pitch selection. But I love the at-bat from Anthony Volpe. You notice how he sits behind it, both eyes to the baseball. Now you have Austin Wells on the season with 197, no home runs left on left. And it is a huge mismatch left on left for Austin Wells.
If there's one bright spot here for Aaron Boone, as this game gets into the late innings, Dave Roberts now does not have his left-handers against his bottom part of it. He's been picking on Wells and Verdugo and others with his lefties. Almost hit him. 2-0. Sometimes you're better off as a lefty against this guy, especially with the splits you're talking about with Wells. Just trying to be patient.
Yeah, already 4 bullpen arms for Dave Roberts.
That one hit him. Did he swing? No. No swing. And Austin Wells hit by the pitch. Yankees fans don't like it, but as long as he's okay and not hurt, that's a good result for the Yankees in the bottom line, getting Wells to first base against this guy.
Let's see where it caught him. Oh, that's a bad spot.
Ooh.
Right on the forearm, his left forearm. And catchers are the toughest players on the field. Oh man, that's a bad spot. Right on the wrist, right on the forearm. He can't even open his hands yet. That's his receiving hand too as a catcher. The Yankees do have Jose Trevino, who's a backup catcher, is an all-star, Gold Glover.
Wells is going to stay in the game at least to run. It might not be a 100% certainty that he's staying in the game to catch.
Yeah, Trevino just got off the dugout where he was perched, and now he's going to start warming up, loosening up, maybe even throw on his gear.
Yeah, just in case. 2 on, 2 out. 2 out rally for the Yankees. Another left-handed hitter. It's Alex Verdugo. He was singled in a run and walked. He takes a ball outside.
Bottom of the lineup tonight for the Yankees, very productive. Verdugo has a walk, a single. Now seeing the bottom again, getting on base consistently. It was a theme last night.
2-0. Messi has kind of lost the feel here a little bit. Got a right-handed hitter on deck, Gleyber Torres. If Vesia walks Verdugo, the bases will be loaded. There's Gleyber. 5-5 bottom 5 after a 5-run top half. Way outside. 3-0.
Going back to what Dave Roberts has in his bullpen, he has Blake Trinan, Gratterall, and Hudson to try to get 13 more outs. And those guys aren't multi-inning relievers. Broussard, Gratterall, yes.
I think that has to be a take from Verdugo, and it was. 3-1. Good hitters count for Verdugo. Vesia. Here's the pitch. That is ball 4. He's walked another one. They hit Wells officially. Now he walks Verdugo. Yankees 2 outs, nobody on. They've loaded the bases for the top of the order. One of those guys you were just talking about, Broussard, Gratterall, just got up to start getting loose.
Yeah, we thought that the Dodgers had their bullpen primed, but not with Jack Flaherty lasting less than 2 innings.
First pitch to Gleyber is high, ball 1. Some big misses now. That's a strike. 1-1. If Soto gets a chance to hit in this inning, it means the Yankees are ahead. Torres has to reach base, and if he does, at least 1 run will be home. Yankees trying to respond. Here's the 1-1. Torres, big swing and miss. 1-2. Here's Vesia's 1-2. Torres drives one to right field. Betts back toward the corner. That's a short porch, but it comes up short. Mookie Betts makes the catch, and Vesia gets through it. The Yankees load him up, but they do.
Excitement fills the air. It's World Series time.
Got him. The greatest game ever pitched. Baseball victory by Don Wagner. A no-hitter, a perfect game in a World Series.
The most unbelievable feat in World Series history.
Yankees win. They lead the series 3-2. The errant throw to the plate has tied it at 2. Dare I say the biggest base hit of Christian Colon's career. 2-run home run by Yasiel Puig. Astros win it in 10.
Now some of the great Game 5 moments of all time, and Dave Fleming, Ryan Spilborgh's Garrett Cole after a 38-pitch 5th inning, still in the game. And he starts the 6th with a strike to Tommy Edman. It's starting to feel like through all the ups and downs. You saw Don Larson's perfect game there in a Game 5. This game has been anything but perfect, but it could turn into a classic. 0-2.
I'm not surprised that Garrett Cole is back out. My guess is he went to Matt Blake and to Aaron Boone. He said, do not take me out of this game.
5 runs against him, all of them unearned to his record last inning. Edman drives that one to left field. Verdugo, though, plenty of room, one away.
You know, it's not the quality of Garrett Cole's stuff is still maintained. You know, it's unfortunate, 5 unearned runs, and you feel the weight of that, especially, you know, Garrett Cole's a huge part of what happened. He did not cover first base. He's probably trying to atone for his Cardinal sin.
Well, Smith, that one called a ball, even though it looked like caught part of the strike zone. Smith was the guy who hit the ground ball, fielded by Volpe. Volpe decided not to throw Smith out. He went to third to try to get a force out on Kike Hernandez and threw it in the dirt. And it was, you said it, it was not an easy play. It was not a totally routine play, but it's a ball with Volpe's defensive chops. You expect to find an out somewhere. 2-1 to Smith.
A choice for a shortstop, usually first and second. If the ball is taking you towards third base, you'll see a shortstop flip the ball to third, but I think a lot of it had to do with Kike Hernandez.
There's the 2-1 to the Dodgers catcher, Smith. It's a foul.
So here's the play. Notice if you think you have time to still get Will Smith. He probably does if he resets his feet. You know, is it an easier throw to go to third base with your momentum going that way? Yes. But with a catcher running, is it a more high percentage chance of recording the out at first? Yes.
I think when you're up 5-0 with your guy throwing so well, that would have been the priority. Fastball strikes out Will Smith swinging. Anyway, that was just one piece of the puzzle last inning, and Cole's now gotten 2 outs here in the 6th.
So Garrett Cole now has 6 strikeouts tonight, and he gets the swing and miss at the top of the strike zone with the 4-seam fastball. For Garrett Cole, in all the postseason games, the most strikeouts he had in the game was 4.
Lux tops the first pitch foul. It was 5-0 Yankees after an explosion early in the game. Now it's 5-5. 2 to Gavin Lux. Wind up the pitch. Lux, a fly ball, shallow right center. Here comes Judge and Soto. It's Soto to call him off and cut in front and make the catch for out number 3. Got to give Garrett Cole credit for digging deep and getting 3 outs there. Meanwhile, the Yankees in a tie game have Soto, Judge, and Jazz Chisholm coming up. Well, this was how the inning ended. The bottom of the top of the 6th, rather. Garrett Cole, that fly ball kind of into no man's land, and it's hard to blame him, Spilly Cole, for being a little spooked by the way this game has gone defensively. All's well that ends well. Catch was made. Soto cut in front of Judge, and Cole got through it.
He's one of us, right? We're watching the ball in the air. We're like, oh no, please, that can't possibly fall again. The Dodgers are going to Broussard Gratterall, which to me sets up Gratterall has to get 2 innings. Blake Trinan has to get 2 innings tonight.
It's kind of lined up that way for Dave Roberts. That's not a great start. He misses way down and inside to Soto. These two have had some showdowns in this series already.
Gratterall's the only one who will not back down when he does the Soto shuffle and then stares at him.
Soto got out of the way. One high, 2-0. Soto has not made an out tonight. He's walked twice, scored a run, and singled.
Gratterall, he throws easy 100-mile-an-hour sinky fastballs.
Soto had a pitch to hit there. And we got more stare downs.
Yeah, Brazo de Fuego versus Juan Soto.
A lot of personality on the mound in the batter's box. 3-1.
I guarantee you, Juan Soto wants nothing more than to spin around his fastball and see it laying in the right field bleachers.
If he does, we're going to have a stare down of all time.
You see Soto retightening his gloves.
Three-1. Foul back. Well, that was a good pitch from Gratterall, and probably not exactly the pitch that Soto wanted to swing at. So much movement. Look at that pitch running away. Amazing at that high velocity. 3-2. That's ball 4. So Soto draws the walk. It's just endlessly entertaining, these two. On base for the 4th straight time ahead of Aaron Judge.
The last time Judge faced Gratterall blew up his bat.
98, but missing in, which doesn't happen all that often against Judge.
Now you have to look for the fastball almost in the left-handed batter's box.
Spins a little slider in there. 1-1.
Just because of the late movement, you start looking in certain lanes as a hitter. You do not want to look middle in against Gratterall. You're not going to hit that. You'll break your bat.
Big swing. Strike 2. 99-mile-an-hour sinker. Judge homered on the first pitch he saw tonight. Just a shot into right center field. Well, that was by the StatCast strike zone. That was a strike, but it was the glove was moving, and he didn't get the call.
That's really hard for a catcher when you miss that far out with the late movement to stick it.
Count 3-2. He's already walked Soto to start this bottom of the 6th.
But Gratterall's not a big strikeout pitcher. He induces a lot of ground ball outs.
Judge drives it foul. That might have kind of been what you were talking about, where you sort of set your sights, because that pitch started away and was coming back into the strike zone. So another 3-2 pitch from Gratterall. Judge pulls that one foul. That one running way in.
And he just covered 99 in off the plate. Good sign.
They're hoping to get a lot of outs tonight from Gratterall. The first out's proving to be elusive. Now Judge will use his timeout. When you see a reliever a third time, this year it hasn't been as predictive as it has been in the past.
Well, some of the relievers now, they are elite. 6, 7, 8, 9. Used to be just the closer.
That is ball 4. Could have been a strike. Wow. Judge and the Yankees, I think they got a break there. That movement was coming right back to the corner, but called a ball. Back-to-back walks to start the inning.
That's an impossible pitch to fire at, because when you see it out of the hand, you dismiss it. That's a ball. It ran all the way back.
And I think probably as hard as that is for the hitter to handle, it's hard for the umpire.
It is, because hitters have to make late decisions. Same with umpires. Yeah, that caught right on the edge. Yankees get one.
Well, now Jazz Chisholm, who's your cleanup hitter, is there any possibility we see some small ball from the Yankees?
I personally would love to see that, because I think it's so important to get a run. So the infield is starting to draw in. Freddie Freeman's starting to come in towards the grass. Max Muncy is right on the edge of third. If you are going to bunt this, you have to bunt it to third. And as a left-handed hitter, that's an easier spot to do it, especially with the movement of the fastball of Gratterall.
So let's see. 2 on, nobody out. Tie game. Not showing bunt. Kind of a wild swing and miss. The other thing that would argue in favor of a bunt, even though the Yankees don't often do it, is Gratterall is so good at getting a double play grounder. 0-1. He squares and pushes it foul. So he did bunt. It's 0-2. The Yankees have got kind of their last available high leverage guy up. Blake Trinan is warming. Trinan is getting loose. Meanwhile, the Yankees bullpen is quiet. There's nobody warming up in their pen. 0-2 to Jazz Chisholm. Stanton on deck. A bouncer, right side. Lux will get the out at second, and that's all they'll get. Just wasn't hit hard enough. So Chisholm, not as good as a sacrifice bunt, but he does get the lead runner Soto, the go-ahead run to third. He's there with 1 out.
Now you have Giancarlo Stanton, who is very susceptible to a double play as well. And just not enough time for the Dodgers to turn 2, and Jazz getting down the line really well. Tommy Edman knows, I'm not going to have a chance at first. Maybe I can get Soto rounding the bag at third.
So here's Stanton. The Yankees don't need a hit to take the lead back. 5-5, first and third. Stanton, high fly ball. Left center field. Hernandez, both Hernandezes coming together. Kike catches. Now here's the throw to second, and Chisholm is safe. What a risk that was. Soto tags and scores, and the Yankees go ahead. Man, Jazz Chisholm, you got to count on Soto getting there fast, and you got to be safe, because he risked that go-ahead run, but the Yankees.
As you cannot get thrown out at second, because Soto wasn't making it through the plate in time.
Rizzo fouls one back. If he were out, the run would have only scored if Soto were to have touched home plate before the out was recorded.
Yeah, and I don't think Soto would have been there in time if the throw was on time.
I give Soto credit. He was hustling big time. The benefit is that Chisholm is in scoring position, so you take a massive risk And a risk that, in my opinion, is probably not worth taking. But now you're there, and Rizzo, base hit, could add to the lead. The 2 walks turned into a run. Foul ball, 1-2. Giancarlo knew. He knew.
He might have a little talk with Jazz, especially since he can steal a bag.
Well, you want to play aggressive. All those things apply, but that was risky. Yankees got the run home. 1-2. Very high.
Still feels like 7's a magic number tonight for the Yankees.
You said it early. One more would be so big. All steps off. Rizzo's had good swings tonight. He got called out on strikes in the first, but he was robbed of extra bases by Mookie Betts in the 3rd inning, and then in the 5th also hit a ball pretty hard to center field. Full count, 3-2. Hit him. It's ball 4. Rizzo draws the 3rd walk of the inning.
And that is perfect for the Yankees because that means Blake Treinen has to come in.
Dave Roberts being forced to make a move that he didn't want to make right here, right now. But I think he's feeling like their chances of ending this World Series and hoisting the trophy tonight are on the line. Well, this was the play where the Yankees scored the go-ahead run. They're back ahead. We synced it up exactly. Chisholm tagging from first, and he got in there okay, but you were right, Spilly. If the tag had been on him and he was out, Soto's foot had not quite hit home plate, that run would not have counted.
Unbelievable. There are conversations you have with players, and that's going to be one of them, especially in that dugout. Now, Blake Treinen has been nasty. Career runners in scoring position, 2 outs, 179 batting average.
Anthony Volpe takes the ball inside. The Dodgers are running out of pitchers. This is their 7th pitcher of the game. We're in the 6th inning. They had a traditional starter begin the game. Bottom of the order, as you've said, has come to life 2 nights in a row. Volpe 2 more hits tonight. And that one from Treinen is low. This inning is feeling to me like now it's only 1 run, but all the gifts that the Yankees gave the Dodgers, 3 walks in this inning, have gifted the Yankees a chance, and they took advantage of it. Now it's 2-0. Treinen. There's a strike, 97. We saw Walker Buehler down in the bullpen. Ben Kasparius, who started last night's game, also is down there kind of moving around. Nobody's warming up now, but you have to have somebody else available tonight if you're Dave Roberts.
This version of what's happened tonight to the Dodgers pitching is probably the worst case scenario.
Two-1. Got the call on the slider. 2-2.
That's a good pitch to get into the count.
And yet you can see why the Dodgers are doing it this way, because they're only down by a run. That crazy inning means Dave Roberts has a chance to win a championship tonight. 2-2. High and tight. 3-2. Another full count.
The Yankees are forcing the Dodgers to throw strikes. They're staying within the strike zone. They're also firing on fastballs.
There go the runners. 3-2. Ground ball to second. Lux. Fields throws out Volpe. So the Yankees get 1. Treinen does his job. Gets through Volpe. But the Yankees use the walks to Soto and Judge to retake the lead. Now they got to face the top of the order for LA. This game, I think, has just lost its mind.
It's been bananas.
What a wild game 5. And Garrett Cole's still in there. 98 pitches through 6 innings, 5 runs, not a single one of them earned. Facing Shohei Ohtani. Yankees back ahead. Strike 1 with his first pitch fastball. They do, Spilly, have Clay Holmes warming up in the bullpen behind him.
Yeah, they have Clay and Tim Hill, and I think a lot of it has to do with Shohei Ohtani.
1-1. That was the 100th pitch of the game for Cole.
I think if Ohtani gets on, you'll see Clay Holmes. If he can retire Ohtani, Cole will face Betts.
Ohtani up the middle. Volpe was shaded that way. Nice play by the shortstop. You can't overshift in today's baseball with the defensive positioning rules. He got about as far up the middle as he could get, and then he was able to get to that ball.
And that's where the athleticism of a shortstop really starts to shine. No overshifts, so you have to have range, and Volpe has as good of range of any shortstop in Major League Baseball.
There's Mookie Betts, 1 out. The call on the outside corner. Now it's probably wishful thinking, but if you're the Yankees, if you can get through these 3, 1, 2, 3 here, you got a chance to not have to face him again. Right back to Cole, who's going to flip to first, 2 down.
Garrett Cole, 106 pitches is a season high, and for Garrett tonight, he's at 103. He'll get a chance to face Freddie Freeman. I think if there was any sort of traffic, Aaron Boone would have gone to the bullpen.
Freddie Freeman, another huge hit tonight. He's tied a former Yankee, Bobby Richardson, back in that memorable 1960 World Series against the Pirates that the Pirates actually won on the Bill Mazeroski Game 7 walk-off. Bobby Richardson had 12 runs batted in. Freddie Freeman has 12 runs batted in this World Series. Rips that one foul. Another good swing, but a foul ball.
When a hitter is this calm in the box, the baseball looks like it's coming at you slower. You're just seeing the baseball. You know your mechanics. You're perfectly sound.
1-1 pitch. A little bit high with that cutter. Ball 2. I think it's been a tight strike zone. I do think it's been a pretty consistent strike zone. 2-1. Up and away. Not real close. 3-1. Well, I think if he loses Freeman, to your point, I think we're going to see Aaron Boone. That's ball 4 outside. So he walks Freeman with 2 down. And here is the Yankees manager. Cole should get a big ovation, shouldn't he?
And he got it through tonight. He left it all on the mound.
Yeah, that was a big-time performance without a lot of defensive help from Garrett Cole. It's not that often a starting pitcher walks off the field with 5 runs on the other side and gets a standing ovation. He earned that one tonight. Yankees.
6 punch-outs, 3 on the 4-seam, 1 on the knuckle curve, 1 on the changeup, and 1 on the slider. The slider, we pointed out, there was a bit of a blister that formed.
New pitcher Clay Holmes, and his sinker runs inside for ball 1 to Teoscar Hernandez. Holmes has been good in the playoffs. The Yankees bullpen in this series has been excellent. 1-run lead, season on the line for the Yankees, championship on the line for the Dodgers. It's ball 2, almost the same spot. It's 2-0.
Teoscar, a huge double in the crazy 5-run 5th inning.
That was the one that got it tied up. 3-0, not close. So a walk got Holmes into the game, and now he's in danger of walking Hernandez and putting the tying run in scoring position. Not even close. Man, 4-pitch walk where it was getting worse and worse by the pitch. Here comes Max Muncy. The walks in this game. Dodgers pitching has walked 8. The Yankees pitching has now walked 5. We're in the 7th inning.
And Max Muncy is a powder keg ready to explode. I feel like he could be the most dangerous at bat that hasn't really been on fire yet. Nope.
Outside 1-0. He's also a guy who's not going to chase typically. So if Clay Holmes can't find the strike zone, Muncy's going to let him get himself into more trouble. 2 on, 2 out. There's a strike. First slider and the first strike. Not the same quality slider we saw last night from Clay Holmes. Foul away. That was a big chase. And that's a pitch that Max Muncy usually doesn't swing at.
I think he had in his mind he was firing no matter what.
One and 2 to Muncy. Up and away. Yeah, a slider that's not close to the way he wanted to throw that.
No, it's very flat. And if he throws another flat slider, it's going to be a 3-run home run.
Two. A little bit high. Wow, it took some guts to take that pitch. 3-2.
Right at the top, but not a strike.
Runners are going to take off with 2 down. The 3-2. Muncy pulls it foul. They stayed with that slider. That caught a lot of the strike zone.
That was almost right in the middle of the plate.
Clay Holmes not as sharp at all here tonight. Trying to get through it anyway. Get the Yankees the final out here in the 7th. 3-2. He got him. Called strike 3. On the slider. A huge out from a pitcher who didn't look like he had his best stuff, but he got through it. So just a vintage night at Yankee Stadium, and I know it hasn't always been pretty, but we've got a great Game 5 of this World Series. The Yankees with a 6-5 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. They just finished the performance of God Bless America after a huge strikeout of Max Muncy.
A 3-2 slider backdoor. Max Muncy thought he worked ball 4, and the guts it took from Clay Holmes to throw that pitch. Whew. I need a shower after tonight.
And we're far from done in this game. The Yankees would love nothing more than to get something extra. Garrett Cole pumped. He put forth a great effort. I know his own mental mistake was part of the reason why the Dodgers got back in this game, but just from a pure pitching side, Garrett Cole was awesome tonight.
Garrett Cole was awesome, and he showed off why the Yankees invested so much into him. I mean, you need to have a player with pedigree. You need to have a player that can withstand mistakes. You know, oftentimes we talk about the starting pitcher, about giving length, giving innings. Sometimes you also need your starter to kind of wear it and show you, listen, I know I made a mistake, but I'm going to go back out and compete. And he went and gave two more innings that I didn't think he had in him.
Yeah, and he set the Yankees up to where their bullpen is lined up the way they want it going into the late innings, and that's part of the story of this game. Judge and Chisholm back-to-back home runs in the first. The Yankees were up 5-0. This place was rocking. Cole was rolling, and then 5 unearned runs in the fifth. 2 errors and a mental error. Just a gift from the Yankees to get the Dodgers back in the game. Giancarlo Stanton with a sacrifice fly in the 6th. Put the Yankees back ahead. That's where we stand here now, with Blake Trinan still in the game on the mound for LA. It's Wells, Verdugo, and Torres. 8-9-1 with the Yankees ahead 6-5. Slider from Trinan for strike 1.
Well, and Trinan has an impossible task because he's their last plus side reliever, other than Daniel Hudson, who's closed out a World Series before.
But got rocked last night and has had to throw a lot of pitches here the last few days. Foul tip from Wells, 0-2.
Dave Roberts is thinking, okay, if I have to get 9 outs, that's kind of how you have to think about it. If you get the lead, you still have to get 9 outs. And for Blake, he came in last inning, you got 1. You still have the 7th and 8th. And then who's going to get the final 3 if it comes to that?
There's Hudson. He's got the sweatshirt on. We saw Walker Buehler at least down there. Now we haven't seen him warming up. Wells, pop foul. Back just in front of us in the booth behind home plate. Still 0-2. There's Walker Buehler. Honeywell doing some stretches, but Walker's down there. That doesn't mean he's going to pitch in this game. Foul tip, strike 3. But there is a reason that he's the guy who's watching from the bullpen. Trinan gets the strikeout of Wells. 1 out here in the last of the 7th.
There's a sweeping slider. It's so good. So much late movement for Blake Trinan.
Verdugo. He's had a good game. Takes a strike. Verdugo's been on base all 3 times. An RBI single plus 2 walks. He's had 2 nice games in a row. Alex Verdugo. So critical for the Yankees to have more balance, have a little more depth. Left that breaking pitch out over the plate. 1-2.
Well, you have to think about a lineup as a unit. You know, how do you lengthen out the lineup? How do you keep the momentum moving forward? And it really requires everybody in the lineup to give you quality at bat.
A little bit high. 2-2. Outside corner, 2 down. Well, he gave strike 3 to Clay Holmes in the top of this inning, and now he gives this pitch to Trinan.
Look at where it starts. The sweeping slider, that's in the right-handed batter's box, and then it takes a left-handed turn. And then Will Smith does a really nice, subtle job of presenting the pitch to Mark Rippinger.
So here's Gleyber Torres with 2 down and nobody on. One from Treinen. He got the final out in the 6th inning, so this is his first full inning. But you wonder whether the Dodgers would even be able to ask him to come back out for the 8th against the big hitters. Maybe. 2-0. Not an easy game for that guy to manage after what happened early. 2-0. Ball 3. You saw a shot of Clay Holmes there in the dugout, looking like he's done. Tommy Kahnle is up in the bullpen. Holmes, usually if you're going to stay in the game, you're probably not standing there looking like that. So it's going to be Kahnle, it appears. And then you'd have Luke Weaver if Kahnle gets through the 8th. Strike 1. A very quiet game for Gleyber Torres. Soto and Judge have been all over the bases. Gleyber's 0 for 4. Three and 2.
Well, the 8 walks for the Yankees tonight, really important. That's a nice swing from Gleyber. Got a pitch up, 92.
And Torres asked for time. Soto waiting on deck. Jack Flaherty, he stayed in the dugout this whole game watching. Only got 4 outs as the Dodgers starter tonight. Broken bat, ground ball to third. Muncy throws out Torres. Blake Treinen retires aside in order. On to the 8th we go. With the Yankees lead just 1 run. Gleyber Torres right off the end of the bat for out number 3. Wild game 5. Aaron Judge, first pitch he saw tonight after a Soto walk in the 1st inning, lit this place up. A 2-run shot. It was 2-0 Yankees in the 1st inning. Jazz Chisholm went back to back. It had been since Thurman Munson and Reggie Jackson that the Yankees had hit back-to-back home runs in a World Series. Yankees took a 5-0 lead. Stanton with a home run. That was part of that offense in the early innings. And that's when the game changed, Billy.
It really did, because the Dodgers put together a 5-run 5th on 2 errors and 1 mental miscue. An error from Aaron Judge, the first of the season, and then Garrett Cole not covering first base on what would have been an inning-ending out and prevented all the runs from coming in that 5th inning.
Man. So now Tommy Kahnle in the 8th against Kike Hernandez. Mr. Changeup throws a changeup for strike 1 called. He's had a good postseason. The walks can be an issue for him. He's been very tough to hit. Ohtani had a double off the wall against him in game 1.
Big inning for Tommy Kahnle to come in here and try to get out of it unscathed, because the Dodgers, I'm not sure if Blake Treinen's going back out. You have Daniel Hudson warming up.
Kike line drive base hit into left field. He was on that changeup. So he's aboard with nobody out.
Kike's an exceptional hitter on changeups. 344 batting average against it on the season. It's his 2nd hit tonight. And he's also a base threat. Kahnle is slow to the plate.
Yeah, we could see Kike try to steal a bag here. Down by a run. Tommy Edman, switch hitter, bats right-handed against the changeup artist and grounds one. A diving stop by Volpe, but that's a base hit for Tommy Edman. Might have broken his bat, hit it very softly, but right between third and short. And the Dodgers have 2 on with nobody out.
The only reason this is a hit is because Jazz is in on the grass because of the threat of a possible bunt from Tommy Edman. So there's no angle. He doesn't have enough space to get to the baseball. Now the Dodgers, first and second, nobody out. You expect a bunt.
Yankees are going to bring their pitching coach out. Luke Weaver just got up in the Yankees bullpen. It's a good illustration there of what you were talking about. Chisholm just couldn't get over there. So now the Yankees part strategy here. Maybe want to set the defense, make sure everybody's on the same page. If Will Smith does bunt, part maybe just to buy some time for Luke Weaver, who pitched a lot last night, and the Yankees might need a lot out of him here tonight. Back-to-back hits against Canely.
Let's see this. Will Smith has not had a sacrifice bunt in his career.
That would probably argue for maybe not asking him to do it in the 8th inning of a one-run game with the possibility of winning a championship, but
it's the World Series, and Anthony Rizzo is about 45 feet away.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm not sure Will Smith's going to be bunting. We'll see. Rizzo sure thinks he is. Canely spins off, maybe just trying to see if Will Smith would tip his hand. I don't think he did. One-run Yankees lead here in the 8th inning. Rizzo comes way in again. Change up low, not showing bunt.
Now that take did not show bunt whatsoever, but Dino Ebo might have just waited a pitch and might have thrown it on.
See if Rizzo comes as far in here as he was last time. He's creeping in again. He thinks it's coming. Way outside. 2-0.
And both those takes from Will Smith, there was no indication that he was going to bunt.
We got the 9th place hitter Gavin Lux on deck, and then Ohtani. 2-0. 3-0. Dave Roberts, he can sense another great opportunity for his team right here, right now. Ball four. Canely issues the walk. The Dodgers have the bases loaded with nobody out. And now a bunt. There's a force play at home. We'll see how the Yankees set their infield defense here. Gavin Lux has been struggling in this World Series. Ohtani on deck. Aaron Boone is not going to let Canely face Lux. He's going to Luke Weaver. And as amazing as it is, Billy, for the Yankees, it might be about damage control. Let's just not give up the tie. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Dodgers trying to take a big step towards a championship right now. Luke Weaver, the closer, is in against Gavin Lux, the 9th place hitter. It's high, ball one.
Nearly impossible task for Luke Weaver this season. 84 innings, 103 punch outs, but he didn't turn into this version of Luke Weaver until late in September.
There's his 1-0 to Lux. That's a strike. He didn't pitch 3 days in a row, one time during the year. That's what he's doing here in games 3, 4, and 5 of this World Series. And he's not in to get an out or two. He's in to get 6. But first things first, try to limit the damage here. 1-1. Ohtani on deck. Dirt, good block by Wells. That's the changeup. It's a huge pitch for Weaver.
Great block from Austin Wells, because you have to move. You're in that single leg stance, so you have to really trust your hands and get your body over. Lux went around. That
was ruled a swing. Might have been called a strike anyway. Lutz can't believe it. It's 2-2.
Let's see the swing. Let's see the location. Really close. Yeah, he did swing. Barrel past the hands.
The Yankees could really use a strikeout. The Dodgers want Lutz to find a way to put the ball in play. Two-two. Outside. Fastball. Full count. 3-2. A walk ties the game.
Well, one of the big indicators of being tired, it's never velocity. It's velocity usually holds its location. And that was a big miss for Luke Weaver.
This has to be a strike. 3-2. He throws. Lutz to center field. Judge, that's going to be deep enough to tie this game. He'll catch it. The throw's going to go towards third.
Get down!
The run scores to tie it up. Gavin Lutz, the sacrifice fly. It's 6-6 in the 8th. Edman tagged and went to third. Smith stayed put at first. What a great job by the 9th place hitter.
Yeah, fantastic job from Gavin Lutz. They were kind of picking on him. And now you have Shohei Ohtani first and third. Just got the ball in play, got it in the air deep enough for Aaron Judge to get behind it. Tommy Edman, I like the play. Put some pressure on the defense, see if he can get that 90. And Ohtani's not easy to double up.
He is not. So now you got the go-ahead run at third with still only one out. Ohtani trying to get a ball in the air. He's had a tough World Series. He fouls that one out of play. Just 2 for 19 for Shohei Ohtani. He has not driven in a run yet in this World Series.
Well, defensively, what the Yankees are doing, what just happened?
Catcher's interference on that foul ball.
My goodness.
Oh, my goodness. How can that happen in that spot? That gets charged as an error to the catcher. Aaron Boone can't believe it. The Yankees asking him to review.
New York is challenging the call of catcher's interference.
Sometimes when a hitter has a longer swing, especially on a pitch away, their bat path might lag and hit a catcher. Oh, that's really difficult. It's hard to tell, especially because of the sounds.
Yankees fans think he didn't. I thought he did clip it.
He did clip it. He got the webbing just enough. You can almost see a little bit of web movement.
After review, the call of catcher's interference is confirmed. New York has one remaining challenge.
So now bases loaded for Mookie Betts. Ohtani reaches base on the error. Yeah, definitely got it. What more strange could happen in this game? Amazing. Freddie Freeman on deck. Mookie to center field, and that's going to put the Dodgers ahead. Judge will catch it. Edman tags. Throw coming to second. Tommy Edman scores the go-ahead run. It's 7-8 Dodgers here in the top of the 8th.
The Dodgers are going to come back in a game. They were down 5-0. The Yankees have never, in the history of their postseason lives, many games, ever lost a game like this. It's because of the quality of the bats that you get from Mookie Betts and the entire lineup. Mookie could taste it.
And it's another inning of gifts. The walk, the catcher's interference. Here's Freddie Freeman with 2 down. But it's one thing to give a team opportunity. It's another thing for that team to capitalize. And that's what the Dodgers have done tonight. Freeman, a huge 2-run single in that 5-run fifth, plus he's drawn a walk. Ohtani at first, Will Smith the catcher at third. In the dirt, bounced the changeup, 2-0. Question for the Dodgers now is they've got the lead miraculously. Now who's going to try to pitch this thing out? Dodgers are 6 outs away from a World Series championship. (2-0). Freeman pulls it foul. Mookie Betts got the job done. Just great situational hitting by both Lux and Betts.
It's the second time in this postseason that Mookie Betts has a sacrifice fly against Luke Weaver.
2-1 to Freeman. First and third, 2 outs. Foul out of play. 2-2.
Mookie Betts has such great situational awareness about how a pitcher's pitching to him, what pitches to look for.
There might not be anybody in the game you'd rather have when you're looking for that. Weaver's 2-2 pitch to Freeman. Ohtani runs. Freeman strikes out. Well, for the Yankees, they lose the lead. They give up 2, but they limit the damage. And now the big hitters coming up. Maybe for one final time this year, the Dodgers are 6 outs away from a world championship. Soto, Judge coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Well, they need more heroics from Soto. As crazy as it sounds, it is possible that this is the final at bat for Juan Soto in a Yankee uniform. Because now the Yankees unbelievably are behind in this game 7-6 against Blake Trinan. Soto takes strike 1. Soto has not made an out in the game tonight. He's walked 3 times. He's singled. He's scored 2 runs. Yankees led 5-0. They led 6-5. Now it's 7-6 Dodgers. Foul ball. 0-2.
The big boys this inning, Soto, Jazz, and then Stanton. And then the Dodgers only have really one arm left, and that's Walker Buehler, a starter.
He's warming up now. Outside, 1-2. We also have Daniel Hudson warming up with Buehler. Now, this is just pure speculation, but maybe if Trinan needs help in this inning, you go to Hudson, and you're kind of letting Buehler take his time and get ready, perhaps for the 9th. We'll see. Soto on the ground, got jammed. Freeman is going to flip to Trinan, who just gets there in time. Out number 1. First time Soto's been retired all game.
Just a sweeping slider. You can see how Soto's feet get a little bit crossed, but Blake Trinan, good job getting over. And whenever you're feeding a pitcher, you have to make sure you lead him. Which Freddie Freeman, that's a long distance to flip it.
Well executed. Another night where the difference in the game is execution on plays like that. Now the Dodgers been sloppy with the walks, but their defense has been perfect again tonight. Aaron Judge, can he be the hero that gets this game tied again? 2-run homer all the way back in the first. 2-0.
So much movement. Almost call that a frisbee slider, just based on how he throws it. You notice the late life.
2-1 to Judge. Wow. That was a hanging frisbee. away with it. 2-2. Full count. See how aggressive Blake Trinan's going to be. Jazz Chisholm on deck.
He's been able to get Judge to take some fastballs early in the series.
Fouls that one off. He challenged him with a fastball. I'll take some guts. 1-run game. I know he's got a great fastball.
Well, Blake is 3 up downs is a lot to ask for somebody that doesn't normally do it.
Another 3-2. Judge rips it fair down the left field line. Muncy couldn't reach it. Judge speeding for second. He's in there with a double. Yankees have the tying run in scoring position.
Jazz Chisholm had a chance in the second inning. Bases loaded to add. The Yankees have left 10 on base tonight. 2 times they had the bases loaded, could not come up with a base hit. Now Jazz hit a homer early in the game, but this is not homer territory. This is, you have to find a way against a guy like Blake Trinan. You're not going to hit a ball hard. You just have to take your singles.
Big shift on the infield for Chisholm. Oh, that one's high ball 1. Edman trying to keep Judge close and shaded up the middle. Lux trying to plug the hole. Freeman guarding the line. So the left side is almost vacated. You got Max Muncy over there. Tying run at second for the Yankees. With their season on the line. Down by a run. Down to their final 5 outs.
Jazz Chisholm 0 for 16 with runners in scoring position this postseason. 0 for 19 in his career in the postseason.
If you're a Yankees fan, you're saying he's due. That's ball 3. Well, there's no way. I know Chisholm's a left-handed hitter. There's no way that Trinan is trying to pitch around him with Giancarlo Stanton on deck. Chisholm thought it was ball 4.
3-0 slider backdoor hit the edge. And Jazz, he has to control himself.
Yeah, he's been so emotional as a hitter. So many emotional reactions with umpires in this series. I guarantee you the umpiring crew in general is kind of at the end of their rope.
Yeah, and a lot of the pitches Jazz has argued have been strikes.
Still a real good hitter's count for Chisholm. Judge at second. 3-1 pitch. High and tight, ball 4. So that's the walk.
Well, 4th inning. Here's the argument. Fastball ran back in. I think they're arguing about, maybe a pitch earlier in the account. Juan Soto's telling him, settle down.
Well, Dave Roberts is out, and I don't think this is to make a change necessarily. Yeah, look at that. That was the ultimate pep talk right there.
He was checking to see how he was doing. Hey, how are you feeling? You got it? Yes, I got it. Get out of here.
Yeah, that was kind of cool to see. Dodgers can taste it. Yankees trying to stay alive. You got Judge as the tying run. The go-ahead run at first, Jazz Chisholm, one of the fastest Yankees players.
I know you're not trying to walk Jazz, but first and second in this scenario is not bad because you can get Giancarlo. He hits the ball so hard. Anything on the ground is a double play.
2 on, 1 out. Giancarlo Stanton, who has homered already in this game. He hits a high fly ball, shallow right. Betts coming in. Mookie to the line to make the catch, and standing on one pitch is out number 2. A huge out for Trinan and the Dodgers. Huge. Rizzo coming up. You go back to that 5th inning when it all unraveled. This was, in a lot of ways, this was the key play of the whole game. That was out number 3. It was going to be 5-0, inning over. And Rizzo had to wait because it was spinning weirdly. He couldn't charge it. Cole hesitated, never got over. That was the first run. They would score 4 more and tie the game.
And Aaron Boone said this 6-hole spot was going to be really important.
I would say it's pretty important right here, right now. Strike 1 to Rizzo.
He wanted to keep Rizzo hit in this spot because he knew there was going to be a big at bat, and he wanted Rizzo to take it.
Rizzo, big swing and miss. They throw behind Judge, and the shortstop Edman was not at the bag. Wow, that could have gotten a little squirrely.
Smart from Aaron Judge. You don't have to go sliding. Sometimes you use your big body and see if you can let it hit you. If he would have hit him, it would have gone into the outfield.
Meanwhile, Rizzo now in an 0-2 hole. Blake Trinan trying to dig deep.
Dodgers outfield is very shallow.
0-2. Up high. If Rizzo were 100%, I probably wouldn't see him quite that shallow.
Kike Hernandez is about 6 steps in from what a normal outfield depth is. And Teoscar is in left field as well.
Danger if you hit one hard toward a gap, that could go all the way through. Rizzo strikes out swinging. Blake Trinan. Huge outs for the Dodgers. One of the greatest appearances of his long and distinguished career right here tonight. He keeps the Dodgers ahead. He strikes out Rizzo. And now LA 3 outs away from a World Series championship. And his manager had the pep talk on the mound, hoping they're headed to LA. The Dodgers know they're headed back for a parade or for Game 6. We still don't know, but a crazy game tonight, top of the ninth. And the Dodgers have a 7-6 lead. Dave Roberts' team is 3 outs away. And Blake Trinan, just an amazing performance out of the Dodgers bullpen. Luke Weaver stays in. Teoscar Hernandez. I think it goes without saying, especially with the bottom of the order due up for the Yankees, it is imperative to keep this a 1-run deficit.
Exactly. And the Yankees tonight, they have left 12 on base.
Been a part of the story. The ultimate story, if the Yankees lose, will be the 5th inning. Oh, 2 to Teoscar Hernandez, who was right in the middle of that 5th inning with a 2-run double. That tied the game. Yankees did then go back ahead 6-5, but now 7-6 Dodgers in the ninth. The 0-2. On the ground, base hit. Teoscar Hernandez, 2-strike single. You see those reactions. You know the Dodgers know how huge an extra run could be. Chris Taylor's going to come out and run for Hernandez.
Yeah, good at bat by Teoscar. He quickly down 0-2. He gets a fastball, just drops the barrel on. He's so strong. Now Chris Taylor, who has the ability to steal. And the Dodgers are going to do everything they can to add a run.
Max Muncy. 0 for 3 tonight. He drives that one to right field. There's Soto to make the catch. One pitch. And Muncy retired, one away.
It's a big out. Big out, one pitch out, just like going back to last inning. Giancarlo Stanton had a pitch. It was a little bit off the plate, but a one pitch out with so much pressure.
Here's Kike Hernandez, who's not going to be the MVP if the Dodgers win this World Series, but he's certainly been one of the MVPs. Yankees thinking that it is a real possibility that Chris Taylor tries to steal. We'll see. Another pickoff throw. So now he's used to both.
Well, and you rarely see a pitch out. You know, a pitch out is a loss. Nobody wants to give up a pitch.
Let's see if Chris Taylor uses the two disengagements to his advantage. You can't throw over again unless you actually pick him off. He's not running. That's ball one outside. Yankees have the bottom third of their order due up in the last half of this ninth inning. Volpe, Wells, Verdugo. Those have been good hitters tonight, though. Hernandez, foul ball.
And if you play it out, I mean, you mentioned it could be Juan Soto's last at bat as a Yankee, grounded out. When you get two base runners on in the bottom of the ninth inning, Soto will come back up.
Walker Buehler warming up in the Dodgers bullpen.
Wow.
He's never had a save in his career. He's going to try to save a clinch game in the World Series. Big lead for Taylor. They throw over. And that is automatically second base. You almost never see that. You can do it, but if you don't get him out, then what happened? What we just saw happens.
He kind of chalked that one up as another mistake. He steps off, and it's not even a real attempt. I think he knew he couldn't go over there, and he still did.
Almost makes you think he just kind of wanted to get him out of his mind, and okay, just fine. That was weird.
Just take it.
Because really, that was not. If you're going to do it a third time, you'd figure you'd have a real spirited attempt. He had a great pickoff throw earlier. So now an extra run in scoring position with one out. One ball, one strike to count to Kike Hernandez, who's not a power hitter, so that's a huge 90 feet.
Velocity starting to dip down for Luke Weaver. Last pitch at 92. Now he's been anywhere from 95 to 98.
Yeah, he may be running on fumes now. So is the Yankees season. Way outside, 3-1. We got Mark Leiter Jr. in the bullpen. They might need him. Ball four. Weaver issues the walk. Let's see what Aaron Boone decides to do here with Tommy Edman coming up.
I just think Luke Weaver, those last couple pitches, he's saying, I got it.
I think Aaron Boone's eyes are telling him a different story. You appreciate your guy trying to argue to stay in the game, but Luke Weaver, 3 nights in a row on the mound for the Yankees, and might have just taxed him. So the Dodgers, great chance to pad a lead. Well, we take you back. This was 2020 Game 6, the Dodgers World Championship. They've had so much success over the last decade plus. Their only World Series title, and it came in that weird year in front of very few people in a neutral site ballpark. Just didn't feel they never got to have a parade. They're 3 outs away from about as hard-earned of a World Series championship as you could get against this Yankees team in this stadium. Strike one from Mark Leiter Jr. First things first, they have a chance, Billy, to add to their 1-run lead.
Yeah, a run would be massive. And for Mark Leiter, his split finger, his forkball, one of the toughest pitches in baseball to hit.
He threw it there, and that was a good one, but Tommy Edman took it, and it was called a ball. You got Taylor at second, Kike Hernandez at first. Good speed out there for the Dodgers. Edman has had so many big hits. Another take. 2-1 on another splitter.
Well, not only is the extra insurance run huge, it gives Walker Buehler a little bit of an edge.
Right at the knees, fastball 2-2. What a postseason for Tommy Edman.
What a pickup for the Dodgers by getting Tommy Edman.
You could probably say they would not be this close to a world championship without him. 2-2. In the dirt. Great block again by Austin Wells. That keeps Taylor at second.
And Austin Wells has made several saving blocks. 4 or 5 in the last 2 innings. That some catchers, you'll see it bounce and kick away, and you'll still see guys get 90 feet. It's not even kicking away.
3-2. Runner's not going. Edman strikes out swinging. He threw him the curveball. Good pitch. 2 outs.
I love this pitch. He threw one last night to Will Smith. And it looks like it's strike the entire way, and then the bottom falls out. Notice the spin. It really has that 12-6 tumble action. But 2 nights in a row now for Will Smith to see Mark Leiter Jr.
Smith on the ground. Chisholm has it. Spins around and throws him out. Well, maybe a play that saves the Yankees' chances to come from behind. Walker Buehler, who's had a great Dodgers career, but has never had a save, is trying to get the final 3 outs and clinch a World Series title. The hero from last night's Billy, Anthony Volpe, is going to lead off in the bottom of the ninth for the Yankees. He gave the Yankees some hope to come from behind from a 3-0 deficit. Was in last night's Game 4. Anthony Volpe, bases loaded, grand slam, 23 years old. And he and the Yankees lived to see another day. Then today they took a 5-0 lead. But now, after a Dodgers comeback, Yankees season comes down to this. Walker Buehler has not made an appearance in relief since June of 2018. Dodgers are 3 outs away from a World Series title, and it's ball 1 from Buehler.
The biggest swing of Volpe's life was last night, but now it's the biggest at bat to just get on base. Now see, at minimum, tie it up.
He's an excellent base stealer if he can get to first. Takes a strike. Right on the outside corner, 95 miles an hour from Buehler. Chris Taylor stays in the game and plays left field.
Walker Buehler, much like Garrett Cole, his stuff has improved in the last couple weeks.
Volpe, a little squib shot. It's going to kick foul. And now it's 1-2.
Now, normally Walker Buehler's in the windup, but he's pitching out of the stretch. just trying to simplify it. Make sure he's an excellent strike thrower.
One, two. Outside, 97.
I do find it interesting he's pitching out of the stretch just because timing-wise, sometimes pitching out of the windup allows you not to be so quick.
Volpe on the ground toward third. Muncie's got it. Muncie's throw right there, one away. And a huge first out for Buehler and the Dodgers. The base stealing threat. Anthony Volpe out number one here in the bottom of the ninth.
Just a curveball, it's up. Volpe barrels it, and I like the play from Max Muncy. He's going to make sure he keeps his body in front.
Austin Wells takes a curve for a strike. Wells 0 for 3 tonight. He hit a home run and had a booming double off the center field wall last night. Dodgers 2 outs away. In the dirt through another curve. This was last night.
Well, after a good benching from Aaron Boone, he teased him about it. Bat head out in front off Landon Knack, and no doubt, homers come in bunches.
Yankees need a hero. Wells takes low. 2-1.
They said if you get 2 base runners on this inning, you guarantee Juan Soto will hit one more time.
That's what Dave Roberts wants to avoid. 2-1. Wells goes in foul. Went with another curve. It's 2-2.
Well, you'll hear in big scenarios where you can tell a hitter's going fast, a pitcher throws more off speed, make him go slower.
Two. Another foul ball. He went down to get a curve again.
The Yankees in the regular season, they were 4-58 when they're trailing heading into the 9th inning.
Two. With the fastball, and he missed. Trying to get it up, and he pulled it down and in. 3-2. Will Austin Wells to first base. Juan Soto. 3-2 pitch. Wells strikes out swinging. He went back to the curve. And the Dodgers are 1 out away.
What a huge pitch from Walker Buehler. You know, you're thinking fastball 3-2, and he says, no, I'm going to force you to go slower.
Two outs. Alex Verdugo trying to keep the season alive for the Yankees. And a curve low for ball one. The largest comeback win in a clinch game in World Series history was from 4 runs down all the way back in 1925. Dodgers were down 5-0. Verdugo swings and misses. It's 1-1.
You got several Yankee fans already leaving. They can't bear the thought of watching the Dodgers celebrate.
Now the Yankees 1 strike from their season being over, and the Dodgers are 1 strike away from a massive celebration. Just 12 miles from their original home in Brooklyn, the Dodgers 1 strike away from a World Series championship. 1-2. Verdugo strikes out swinging. Walker Buehler does it, and the Dodgers celebrate. They are the 2024 World Series champions. A remarkable, amazing, unlikely comeback win to finish off a spectacular year.
Dodgers matched up in the World Series is 1981. The same year Fernando Valenzuela pitched. And it seems fitting that the best team in the National League, after losing Fernando about 2 weeks ago, they'll have a parade on his birthday on Friday.
Can't make it up. And for the Dodgers to do it in New York, their original baseball home against this Yankees team, and the way they did it tonight, Ryan's billboards, down 5-0. This place rocking. Aaron Judge, Stanton, home runs. Everybody here was convinced we were going back to LA for a game 6 in a couple days, and this Dodgers team just kept fighting, and they finish off the Yankees season with an amazing win, their 8th all-time World Series championship. And if there was any asterisk or whatever around that 2020 World Series in the shortened year, the pandemic playoffs, all the weirdness, put that aside.
You have to. You salute a great run from the Dodgers the last 15 years. This team has been consistent. It goes down to scouting, coaching, front office, players, medical staff. I mean, the Dodgers, as an organization, have done everything right to put themselves in position year after year to win a World Series.
Dave Roberts going one by one with his players. You see the look on his face and their faces in great contrast to the look on that man's face. And who knows? It could be Juan Soto saying goodbye to Yankee Stadium. We don't know if he'll be back. He had an incredible year in a Yankees uniform. And I think he's just stunned. You can see the emotion on his face. He can't believe it's over.
How about Walker Buehler? First relief appearance since 2018 in a year where it's been so difficult for Walker. Physically, mentally, the grind to get the final out of the year. And so many individual stories and personal triumph for Walker to celebrate it. The greatest player on the planet, Shohei Ohtani, now has a World Series championship. And Freddie, another. Make that 2.
Those reactions, those never get old. Just incredible. I think we know who the MVP of the series is going to be. But a lot of heroes on the Dodgers side. And just to circle back to Walker Buehler, his first career save, a guy who just had his 2nd Tommy John surgery, basically missed 2 years, to raise his hand and volunteer and say, yeah, after I started the game a few days ago, I'm going to get those final 3 outs.
Selfless team. The Dodgers, with all the star power, they played as a group as best as any team during the postseason. You know, and Walker Buehler was instrumental in the division series against the Padres. Game 3, he wore it. Set up the bullpen for 4 and 5. Blake Trinan, oh my goodness. Might even share in the MVP just for what he did tonight. True.
I mean, again, Freddie Freeman had an historic World Series, so I think that's why we know who it's going to be. But Blake Trinan, you're right. An incredible job by him tonight. Mookie Betts hit the sac fly that got the go-ahead run across. And even though it's a long way from their current home, so close to where the Dodgers were born all those years ago, so much history in this city, so much shared history in the World Series between the Yankees and the Dodgers. And although this World Series ends in 5, there's some moments, games, individual performances that, just like all those ones we've been showing you, the Jackie Robinson steal, Don Larson's perfect game, the Reggie Jackson home runs, Fernando, they're going to be moments from this World Series that live on forever.
But baseball wanted to see Dodgers, Yankees. I'm telling you, these 5 games, they were every bit of the drama that you want when you have the 2 titans in the sport matching up. What an embrace from Freddie and Doc.
The final pitch of the 2024 season, Walker Buehler. Oh, man. The celebration was on. In the history of the Yankees, we mentioned it during the telecast in the playoffs, they had never lost a 4-run lead and lost the game in their history. The first team to win a World Series clincher after trailing in the 8th inning or later since 2015. Not that long ago, but it will go down as the biggest come-from-behind win in a clinch game in World Series history.
This game, Dave, it was shocking to see the 5th inning come together for the Dodgers. I mean, so much for the Yankees is going to be the regret of the small things that they didn't do.
It was a meltdown on defense in the 1 inning that really ended up giving the Dodgers that hope. That opening, they burst through. You got to give them credit. They took advantage. But if the Yankees play clean in the 5th inning, we're probably not looking at this scene. We're probably looking at the teams packing up and getting ready to get on the airplane and head back to LA. What a first year in a Dodgers uniform for that guy. I know it wasn't the World Series that he dreamed of, but gosh, that's the reason you give him that big contract.
I think when it's all said and done, when we look back at this World Series in 2024, Yankees and Dodgers, we're going to see 8, 9 Hall of Famers that competed on this field.
I think you're right. There was probably no doubt about Freddie Freeman. He cemented it in this World Series. Mookie Betts is going. Shohei Ohtani is going. Clayton Kershaw wasn't on the field. He's going. Judge going. Juan Soto is going to be there one day. Garrett Cole has a great chance to be a Hall of Famer. Giancarlo Stanton has a chance to make it to the Hall of Fame. A great chance. But the team with the best record in the regular season, the team that has dominated for the last 15 years, piled up wins, piled up division titles, and just the 1 World Championship in the 2020 shortened season, and they earned it big time this year. So the Dodgers getting ready for the full-on celebration ceremony on the field. We're going to take a break, show you some more images from the final moments of this season. It was a great year, and it was a great World Series game. When we come back, the presentation of the Willie Mays World Series Most Valuable Player Award when we come back to New York.
The Los Angeles Dodgers are your 2024 World Series champions, and what a way to end this one. Welcome into Sportsnet Central. We have so much post coming up for you. He's Ken Reed. I'm Ivanka Osmak. Interesting way to end things, coming back by 5 runs down in
Incredible.
The 5th inning.
I think we could talk
Twist
about
turns.
I think we could talk about the 5th inning. For the next hour, we won't, but we're going to talk about this game. That top of the 5th is going to go down in history.
The meltdown by the Yankees.
Yeah, they're going to be talking about that forever. So let's get things started and check in. Take it away, guys. Jamie, Caleb, and Kevin.
Ken, Ivanka, thank you. I mentioned in the middle of this game that it looked awfully familiar to the type of meltdown the Texas Rangers had in 2015 against Kevin Pillar's Toronto Blue Jays, and boy, did it cost the Yankees, as it turns out, because as you mentioned, they blow a 5-0 lead and lose this one, so the Dodgers take it in 5. Here's Caleb. Here's Kevin. You're exhausted from watching all of this. Why so?
I think that was the type of game we expected for as long as this series went. And there's a little emotional attachment to some of the guys I played with in LA, and especially Walker Buehler. I'm just so happy for him. I mean, I think that's the beauty of baseball is I saw how much he went through rehabbing his second Tommy John. Not a lot of pitchers come back from a second Tommy John. I got to spend so much time with him, and for him to come back and not be the same guy he had always been and kind of had to figure out a way to be successful again, to get the final 3 outs and what could be his last game as a Dodger it's poetic.
This was a 5-game series. It felt like it was 7. Most 5-game series don't have the intrigue that this one seemed to have, and this game seemed to encapsulate all of the intrigue. That 5th inning, as Ken and Ivaka were discussing, is going to go down as probably a novel at some point, right? Somebody's going to write a book about just that inning.
The meltdown.
Right.
It should be called The Meltdown. And we saw remnants of this in Game 1. We talked about that earlier. But it was just error after error after error. This is a routine ball. The judge takes his eye off of it, knuckling maybe a little bit, but this is kind of the snowball effect. You get a base runner on. Cole going into that inning, hadn't given up a hit. He was pitching so well. Another self-inflicted error. This is the play that just you can't really understand. Why isn't Cole covering? He's pointing, you got it, I take it, you got it. And then before you know it, everything just starts to melt down. But these are self-inflicted wounds. A couple of them are physical. But Kevin, in my mind, they're mental because you're not engaged. You may be thinking about something else. It's more mental than it is physical. This was just an epic collapse.
Well, let's take you back to Yankee Stadium. Blake Trinan with 2 1/3, and I'm sure he was feeling a bit of a spaghetti arm when he took them out in the first place, spoke with Hazel May.
Blake Trinan, congratulations. What a late inning relief appearance from you. Tell me what was going through your mind facing the tough part of that Yankees lineup.
First and foremost, have to do it. All the glory to God. That's 100% him and his talent in me. Just trusting that I have enough. And, you know, in that moment, our guys have grinded. Jack has been so good for us since he's been here. To have the honor and the privilege for us to go pick him up, and the guys, our offense, competing like they did, it's such a testament to hard work. We're a close group. We don't give up. There's a lot of grit and grind, and that's a phenomenal team we just beat. And, man, God's good. What a blessing.
What does it say about this team? You guys came back 5-0 down.
There's no quit. We want it so bad. We're tired of people saying 2020 is different. Now you can say 2024 is real, but to us, both are real. So, yeah, pole to pole, we finally did it. Dodger fans, we love you. Thank you for riding it out with us, and I can't wait to get back and see y'all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
As we await the presentations, MVP included, Kevin, you wanted to weigh in on what he's accomplished, in particular tonight, based on a friendship that you've developed with him.
Yeah, he's another guy, you know, I had the honor and privilege to play with, and he's a guy that when I got there, he was dealing with what some people would call career-ending injury. He had a capsule tear in his shoulder, and it's an injury that a lot of guys haven't come back from. And it took him 2 years to come back to be a form of himself. And I don't think he pitched all that much this year. I think he was in and out of the lineup this year, on the IL multiple times. That's why baseball's so great. You know, he always had belief in himself. He worked extremely hard. And what he did for his team there, you know, coming back from a serious injury like that, to put your team first over your health and go out there and throw 40 pitches is just remarkable. He's an unbelievable competitor, unbelievable guy, and I'm very proud of him.
We'll hear from Caleb in just a minute, but first, let's take you to the podium at Yankee Stadium.
In their history, the Los Angeles Dodgers are World Series champions. Let's introduce who we have here. President and CEO Stan Kasten is here. President of Baseball Ops Andrew Friedman. Executive VP General Manager Brandon Gomes is here. Manager Dave Roberts is here. And the rest of the Los Angeles Dodgers are here. And it's time to present the Commissioner's Trophy. Commissioner, all you.
On behalf of all of us in Major League Baseball, I want to congratulate the World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. It's now my pleasure and honor to present this trophy to the President of the Dodgers, Stan Kasten.
Well, we were just talking, Stan. That was a wild ride. What was it like watching this whole postseason and especially this series?
I mean, it was tense every night, every game until the very last out. But I tell you what, I know why they call it the World Series, because this is the best feeling in the world.
Raise that up and enjoy it, Stan. Congratulations. Let's bring on Andrew Friedman here. And Andrew, you know, the depth of this team was really tested this whole postseason, right? All the injuries, you dealt with 2 during the regular season. The most gratifying thing for you about this whole organization and this team is what?
I got to tell you, the number of fingerprints all over this win, from our scouting departments, player development, analysts, there's just a number of people who contributed to add to this group, this special group of players that not only competed the way they did, but they prepared. And what Blake Trinan and Walker Buehler did to finish this game out is incredible.
Andrew, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk to Dave Roberts, huh? Dave, when you won it in 2020, you didn't get your parade because of the COVID situation. Well, you said you wanted a parade. You're going to get your parade. How does that sound?
Yeah! Who wants a parade? Berkey, I'm just so, first and foremost, I thank God. I thank my players, their families, the coaching staff, training staff, ownership, scouting, player development. As Andrew said, the fingerprints on Dodger Nation. This trophy belongs to everybody.
Dave, this team's so resilient. Obviously, the incredible win in Game 1. You're down 5-0 in this game. How unbelievable was it to watch your guys keep fighting back?
It's unbelievable. You know, we had a great season, went through a lot of adversity. A lot of people counted us out, but every single one of these guys, and a lot of people that aren't here with us on this stage, made an impact. And these guys believed in one another. Even when we were down 5-0, they persevered, kept fighting, and now we're world champions.
Yeah, you are. Dave, one last one about this game specifically. Big moment, there were so many. But you go out to the mound in the 8th, and you talk to Blake Trinan, and you leave him in the game. Tell us about that conversation and why you left him in.
Yeah, you know what? I just wanted to look in Blake's eyes. Blake's our guy. Blake's been our guy. I just wanted to slow the game down a little bit. I looked in his eyes. I said, how you feeling? How much more you got? He said, I want it. I trusted him.
World champs, how's that sound, Dave?
Oh, my, world champion!
All right, we've got one more thing to do. Come on over here, Freddie. This is the Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Award presented by Chevrolet. Freddie Freeman, it's all yours. After everything that you've gone through this year, how special is this whole thing, winning it all, the MVP to you?
This is everything. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be here without the support of everybody in these shirts tonight. It's been a grind these last 3 months, but this organization, Stan, Andrew, Brandon, Doc, my teammates, my family, it's been a lot, and this is it right here. Not this, that one, that one. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Freddie, you were in. Yeah, there you go. How does she feel?
Oh, she feels good. Every spring training, this is our goal. And for it to come true with this group of guys, I couldn't ask for a better year. Holy cow.
Woo! Freddie, you were on a heater, man. You tied a World Series record with 12 RBIs in this series. Every time you stepped to the plate, we felt like you were going to do something big, and you did. What was it like to be in that zone?
Yeah, 12 RBIs. That means there's a lot of my teammates on base. Heck of a job by everyone in this series. I'm glad I was able to get hot at the right time.
All right, tonight, tell us how you did it. You're down 5-0 after Mookie Betts beats that single out in the infield, right? You come up. Tell me what you're thinking there.
Yeah, so I think we were all saying it the first 3 innings. Let's just get one. Just chip away. We can do this. There's a couple mistakes that happen, and when you got to capitalize. They gave us some extra outs, and we were able to do that. Mookie putting in play, hustling down the line, getting the hit. Teo, big 2-run double, tied the game. I think we got to give Doc his flowers. Inning in a third, and he covered that game with our bullpen. Our bullpen did an incredible job. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Freddie Freeman, MVP, World Series champion, ladies and gentlemen.
It is not surprising that Freeman wins the Most Valuable Player award based on these numbers. He had home runs in the first 4. Consider the last 2 that he hit in the 2021 World Series. So 6 World Series in a row with a home run, and a big hit in this game in that incredible 5th inning helps propel the Dodgers to an 8th World Series championship. So he's the MVP. My favorite person is Kike Hernandez, draped in the Puerto Rican flag, for stealing the trophy away from the owners. I hope baseball at some point recognizes what the NHL does and hands it to a player first, but that's my opinion, not necessarily shared by everybody else. To both of you, first you, Caleb, as to what you saw from Freddie Freeman over 5 games.
I think what you saw in terms of stats is kind of what we were expecting from Shohei Ohtani. And man, Freeman just came in and picked his leadoff hitter up. It was unbelievable to watch. And you can't really explain what happens when you have a family issue at home that takes you away from the team, that is life-threatening, that takes all of your emotions, all of your concentration, all of your thought, and then just return right back to the team to then help propel them to a World Series. I can't even imagine what this year has been like for him in terms of all of the emotions that he's had to go through. He is a great ambassador to the game, Freeman is, because he stands for so many different things. He stands for being consistent, not only off the field and on the field, but what he does inside the clubhouse, all of those different things. He is a true winner. He was a great ambassador in Atlanta, but man, I'm so happy for him to win a World Series in LA.
Yeah, before he went to the Dodgers, people would talk about him getting a statue built out in front of Atlanta. He might be getting a statue built in LA now from his performance, but he's just a true pro. You listen to him talk about him winning the MVP, and it's not about him. It's talking about his teammates and the bullpen and the support staff and the entire organization, how much it means to him to be a Los Angeles Dodger, how important his teammates are to him. In those moments, it's easy to get real selfish and be super excited about winning MVP, but he gave flowers to all of his teammates. He says, I don't drive in runs without my teammates getting on base. So he's just an unbelievable baseball player. Like you said, great ambassador of the game, a great Canadian. And he's just so fun to watch. You know, he can beat you with the long ball, which we saw. But then you see the at-bat that really kind of opened the game up a little bit after the miscues, shortening up, staying in the middle of the field. I know we spent a lot of time, too, talking about the miscues, but I want to talk a little bit from the Dodgers' perspective, too. Much like in our Game 5, where all the miscues happened.
Against Texas.
Against Texas, yes. You still got to go out there and you still got to put the ball in play. You know, I think that was the thing that the Dodgers did really well is they didn't strike out. They put the ball in play. Sometimes you got to put the pressure on the defense, knowing how big of a game it is, the magnitude of the situation, and they just did a really good job of doing that.
Before he was awarded that MVP trophy, Hazel May had this conversation with Freeman.
Freddie Freeman, congratulations, a World Series champion once again.
Yeah.
What would Rosemary think of all this? Come on.
I know she's jumping up and down with my grandma. Oh, she's so excited. This is what you set out to do every spring training. Show up in February. It's a grind. It's 8 months, 8 grinding months, and this is the ultimate, you know. And for it to happen, it's the hardest thing to do is win a championship in this game. And wow, this is incredible, huh, Hazel?
You guys were down 5-0.
I know.
And so at that point, what are the conversations like in the dugout?
No, we just wanted one run. That's all we wanted. We kept going. One more run, one run. We can chip away. We can chip away. I hope people give Doc his flowers. Holy cow. An inning and a third out of Jack. And we had a bullpen game yesterday, and he got us all the way to the end. That is the most amazing managed game I've seen. So this is, wow, Doc deserves everything.
Listen, Canadians from coast to coast to coast have claimed you as their own. I don't know if you can probably hear them screaming and yelling for you. Congratulations to you and the family.
I appreciate it, Hazel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Classic Canadian. Moving in for the hug, right? Humble, compassionate Freddie Freeman. Clearly a wonderful man. And now we get to read the daily papers that will follow in New York. Let's not forget, this is a team that is the greatest in the history of the game by virtue of all of their championships, who have among the greatest players in the game right now in Aaron Judge. And they're walking away from this without having won what they intended to win. And just, you don't even have to look at the scorecard. Your eyes told you in a number of these games that they didn't seem that well prepared, a field for it.
They really didn't. And you talk about their shortcomings really coming to light and really kind of hurting them in the series. It's base running, it's little defensive plays. Multiple times in the series, they totally gave the game to the Dodgers. Credit Dodgers, they had to take it, but the Yankees really gave it to them, and they have a ton of question marks coming up next. What is looking into next year? What is going to happen? Look at this board, notable free agents. Look at all of those names. Those are free agents. That is a fourth of a team right there, and it's not like they have a huge dynasty built. They have obviously Judge, they have Stanton, they have a couple of pieces, that are complementary pieces, but they could really look totally different. We've heard a lot about the athleticism of their lineup. I wonder if now they maybe look a little bit more towards defense. Defense was a glaring issue for this team. We know you have to hit, we know you have to slug in the playoffs to be successful, but defense absolutely crushed them. Will they lean a little bit, give a little bit of offense to maybe go a little bit of defense? I'm not sure. But when you have a chance like that to do something and it's a glaring weakness, sometimes you address it.
Kevin, you played in New York, and you were telling us while we watched this game how it's very different to be a New York Met versus a Yankee. But from your perspective, how do you think this is going to be received in that city?
Not well. They expect to win every year. And we're talking about that board that they just showed, a list of free agents. The Yankees don't rebuild. They just stay built. But I think a big thing to talk about in this series is just depth. I just don't think the Yankees had enough depth. You wrote down a list of players that the Dodgers were without, and they were still able to just have arms after arms after arms in the bullpen. They can mix and match. They have guys like Kike Hernandez, who didn't play a lot during the regular season, that's built for the postseason. I just felt like the Yankees didn't have enough depth. They kept going to the same four arms. And I wrote this down. 4 of their arms that are free agents are the 4 arms they use the most out of the bullpen.
Yes.
So, I don't expect them to rebuild. The Yankees never rebuild, but it'll be interesting to see what they do this offseason.
So we'll take a look at the leaders among those who have won the World Series. The Yankees at the very top, obviously, with 27. But now the Dodgers, with their 8th, move up into a tie for 5th with the New York/San Francisco Giants. And earning his first ring is one of the nicest men you'll ever meet in Teoscar Hernandez. He spoke with Hazel.
Teo, congratulations. Teoscar Hernandez is a World Series champion with the LA Dodgers.
Yeah! Let's go!
Teo, what was it like to be part of this game? It was back and forth, and it was a lot of drama towards the end.
It was amazing. We started the game losing 5-0. Like I always say, we never give up. And the pitching always came through. Hold the game, give us a chance. They make some mistakes, and we take care of it.
You said that when you were with Houston, you welcomed a World Series ring, but it didn't feel like it was yours. What was this one like?
Oh, it feels amazing. It feels great. There's a lot of things going through my body, through my mind right now. We put a lot of effort as a group, as a player. We're going through a lot during the season to get to this spot and win everything. So really grateful to God for giving me this opportunity to win this.
Well-deserved. Teoscar Hernandez, World Series champion once again.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Yeah!
Teo's going to get a ring. And so, too, as you pointed out, will Kevin Biggio, right, who played 30 games with the Dodgers as the bracket is now complete. It was a fascinating postseason, and it ended in a fascinating way because the Yankees blew a 5-0 lead in this ball game, and they watched the Dodgers cruise on back to Los Angeles with their 8th World Series championship. Final words from each of you. We appreciate you coming up for the last 3 games. First to you, Caleb. How would you summarize what we just witnessed?
Yeah, I think the Dodgers were the best team in the big leagues by far, and I think a lot of it had to do with who they acquired, when they acquired them. They hit on their acquisitions. I thought one of the sneakiest, best moves they made this offseason, or during the season, pardon me, was basically trading for Edman and Kopech. That was sneaky good. They both were massive in the playoffs. They're not being interviewed right now. They're not on the center stage, but man, they were absolutely huge. Signing Teoscar Hernandez, that was absolutely huge. They hit on so many levels. They have such a deep system that when they do need to make a trade, they can get the best players. So that deep depth never thins them out. I think it's all about acquisition for LA. They always hit on those guys. They are so good at what they do. They deserved it this year.
Kevin, thank you for coming and joining us. It was enjoyable to have you here. What did you think of this World Series?
Well, before that, I just want to say to you two, it's been a pleasure working with you guys. You guys have been so kind, teaching me the ropes, allowing me to come here. Sportsnet, all the producers and people behind the scenes. It's been a lot of fun. You guys have taught me a lot since I've been here, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So much so I was going to try to come back for the next game, but I'm also kind of relieved that it's over. Yeah, it's just Dodgers are the best team. You know, he wrote down a list of names that didn't even play. I'd love for you to read that name and just talk about how the Dodgers' depth. And we were joking off camera that me and him could join this group of guys, and we would have probably been playing the Dodgers in the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Is scary. Glasnow, Gonsolin, Kershaw, May, Stone. That's an entire rotation on the IL. Yes. You've got even bullpen arms, Joe Kelly, Phillips. I mean, their depth is insane. How they do it, it's unbelievable. They're masters at it, so they're always covered.
Well, it's over. So is the baseball season. So we all get to spend Halloween with our children, which was a gift. And we hope you enjoyed it as well. The season will renew itself when the calendar flips. And when it does, the Los Angeles Dodgers will be the reigning champions of the World Series. As always, we appreciate your viewership as we send you back to Ken and Ivanka.
Jamie, thanks a bunch. Caleb, Kevin,
Great
awesome stuff. We'll see you guys soon, and I'll probably see Jamie on Halloween because he lives
out in the
best.
neighborhood.
He lives in the best trick-or-treating neighborhood.
Does he dress up?
I don't know. His neighborhood's the best for trick-or-treating. My kids will be at Jamie's house, guaranteed. I can't get enough Michael Kopech. I love Michael Kopech.
Yeah.
Caleb talked about him. He just comes in out of the pen, throws heat. Fantastic trade from the White Sox to the Dodgers. I mean, that's a dream trade.
That's an upgrade.
And it worked for Kevin Kiermaier as well.
Kevin Kiermaier, of course, going from Toronto and announcing while he was with the Jays that this would be his final season in the Bigs. And Kiermaier is with Hazel May.
Kevin Kiermaier, congratulations. You're a World Series champion. What's going through your mind, KK?
Oh, I can't believe it. This is amazing. This is everything I've worked for my whole life to be a part of this celebration. It's early stages right now, but what a feeling.
Tell me about the makeup of this team. There was no quit after you guys were down 5-0.
Yeah, we didn't quit. I was only here for 3 months, but these guys never quit. Never out of games, too much firepower through the lineup 1 through 9. I always say the best teams have the best players, the players who care the most, and it's hard to match up against these guys and how dedicated each and every player is, showing up to the field each and every day. And here we are, and we reap the rewards, the benefits from it. Amazing feeling.
Congratulations, you're going to ride off into the sunset with what?
With the World Series ring. I'm a happy man. Thank you.
Congratulations, KK.
Wow.
That's how you want to do it. And how about Walker Buehler getting his pictures in with his family and the trophy? Came up with his first relief appearance since 2018 and just nailed it. Loved his reaction afterwards as well. So looked at his dugout and then celebrated. And here he is with Ken Rosenthal.
Walker, when you woke up this morning, did you have any inkling you'd be closing out the clinching game of this series?
No, I didn't throw a ball until I went out there, so no.
after all you went through, missed almost 2 years, you had an up and down season. What does it mean to you to do what you did tonight?
Obviously for me personally, huge. Two years off, 2 surgeries. It's a lot. For our organization, we deserve this. We've been playing really good baseball for a lot of years, and 2020 and whatever, but they can't say a whole lot about it now.
How did you feel out there?
I don't know. It's hard to explain. I felt like I weighed about 5 pounds, and wish I was in a little better shape so my heart could have handled it better, but it worked out in the end.
The team. You guys were down 2-1 in the division series to the Padres. You were down 5-0 tonight. What is it about this group that makes it so resilient?
There's just a lot of ways we can win baseball games. Obviously, the superstars we have on our team and the discipline just kind of all adds up, and that's a big inning. It's just wild.
Walker, congratulations. Thank you.
Party's on for the LA Dodgers. There it is. You got to get this photo, right? Love Kike Hernandez and the flag. I'm with Jamie. I love when he grabbed the trophy from the suit.
For the players.
Dave Roberts in the middle of it all. Here's Hazel May with the Dodgers skip.
Dave Roberts, congratulations, World Series champion. You've talked about how this group is talented, but at times weren't sure if they were tough enough. What do you think about them now?
You know what? Those questions have been answered. I've never been more proud of a group that I've been around, the toughness, the resiliency, how much they cared about each other and played for one another. Even when we were down 5-0 here at Yankee Stadium, those guys never wavered.
Freddie said you should get your flowers for the way you've handled this team through adversity. What kept you going, Dave?
You know what? The players. I think that it means so much to them, their families, how much they sacrifice. The city of Los Angeles in 2020, we didn't get that parade. I really wanted it for them. And honestly, Hazel, it's about the players, and I just love those guys so much.
Before I let you go, compare for me the feeling as a World Series champion, as a player and as a manager.
You know what? I can't, put words into 2004 as a player, what we did, 86 years of a curse. But when you're a manager and you've got your fingerprints and hands on a lot of different arms, and to see it all come together like this, this probably is a tick above.
Couldn't happen to a nicer and finer gentleman. Congratulations.
Thanks, Hazel.
Oh! Wow, comeback was 20 years ago. Now he does that.
The party just getting started for the World Series champs. We've got lots more reaction from New York as LA